Yo, 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 what's going on? Welcome to Defend Your Units. And I just noticed it's a little, I'm coming back. I don't have the names up. Let me get them up. Gotta figure that out. I don't know why, but hey, there we are. Welcome to Defend Your Units. Johnny K. Picks alongside me is my dude, Any Action Effie from Any Action Sportscast. And we are here to go over UFC Vegas 101. How you doing, Effie, tonight? Are you looking forward to this card?
Yeah, man. We were just talking before the show. Super excited to be back. The break was good, man. Like it is nice to have those breaks, but I found myself like on Fridays and like Thursdays, like, damn, it'd be sweet if there's some fights this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy to be back. This card's pretty good. And then the betting lines are super interesting. A lot of weird fights,
They're a little
super
inflated because people had like 4 weeks to look at this card.
Dude, we got some PFL Bellator lines on this card.
Yes,
man.
they do. Got to be careful this week though. But yeah, the break was great. I did enjoy. I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays, all that good stuff. Yeah, there was a couple Saturdays I'm like, man, I'm kind of bored. Like, shouldn't there be something on? It was like one of those things. But I did take full advantage. I didn't do anything UFC related. Just hung out with the family, did some stuff, went down to Nashville for the weekend, all that, and just have some fun, one of those things. But yeah, let's go through the chat. I know we don't have to go over any card because it's been like 5 months, it feels like, so we're not going to do that. So we'll just jump right into it. We'll go through the chat, like I said. First, we got Daddy Derp in here. What's up, man? First one, appreciate you. First and only. There you go. We got Daz Files, our guy. What's up, Daz? Let's go 25-25. I'm going to say 2025. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. And we got Roland in here. What's up, Roland? Appreciate you coming out, our guy. There will be Blood as well. Hey, guys. What's up, man?
It's a nice pick.
We got Justin in here. Damn, why do you got to do them like that? Make them face look normal. Don't make a hidden for my wife or nothing. What do you mean? Are you talking about my background?
Oh, I know, that's funny.
I just throw it.
Bro.
It's just if you're talking about my background, I don't make it. I just throw it up there just to have something back there instead of it being like black or blue or yellow or something.
I like
stupid.
It looks good.
So yeah, I don't do anything. It's great. I just use someone else's. We got Paul in here. Mackenzie DERN could easily be a reformed crack whore. You know what? I agree with that.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, you never know. I mean,
she's to be crazy, man. Just fucking random dudes, fighting her coaches and shit, dude.
She has an emotional support dog now that she brought to the interview. Do you see that? And I was like,
a beast.
I was like, this chick ain't winning. This chick ain't winning. Her head space is all gone right now. She ain't winning nothing.
Man, I just hope that cameraman's working the weigh-ins again.
Well, he did God's work last time, so let's see what happens again. Happy New Year. We got Ryan Jordan here. What's up, Ryan? 2025 schedule already looking pretty damn sexy, if I may so, yeah. If may so, yeah. Next week is going to be awesome. Pay-per-view is going to be awesome. Looking forward to those fights. I think there's like 5 of them that I'm like pumped up for sure. And obviously
I keep forgetting Holland and that new dude or Ritter on it. Like, that's just like the card's awesome, dude. I can't wait for next week.
It's awesome. I wish that would have been this one, but to start off the year, but it is. It's okay. We'll get a little appetizer.
Warm up. You go warm up.
We got Love and May. What's up, man? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. And we got Saba, our guy. What's up? Mr. K and Mr. got banned by Mark Zucky. Yep, there he is right there. The man, the legend.
I gotta say, for all the MMA cappers out there, dude, I gotta have the record for most time banned from social media platforms. I get banned all the time.
I don't even know how you do it. How do you do it? Tell us how.
They're telling me I'm making these messages. I'm like, dude, what? No way. Like, and they don't even let me challenge. I'm like, what the hell? So, but tomorrow I'm back. Tomorrow I'm back on Instagram.
Are they looking at our chat group?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
because I mean, I have never get banned before.
That or someone reports me.
You've seen some of the stuff that I've been saying.
Yeah, dude, you don't even know, my gosh. You should see how I treat AI, man. I treat that thing horrible.
That's probably why. It's crazy. We got D Sims. What's up, D Sims? Johnny and Effie is a heck of a lineup. Yes, sir. Only bring the cool squad on the show. That's it. 2025 is New Year. Cool squad only. That's it. That's what I told myself. So get ready. We have more cool people. Nice to see you, you cats and kittens. Nice to see you too, Dirty Reg. Tell me. Hopefully we're on the same page this week. So looking forward to see who you got. Avalanche is the lock of the night. We were just talking about this, Saba. I was thinking about doing the -1.5.
Yeah,
What time do they play?
4:30 my time, so like in 15 minutes.
Okay, like 15 minutes.
The goalie going for the Blackhawks, Saba, is like some random guy off the street, so we'll see.
Some rando off the street. Well, welcome to Chicago, because every team is a trash can, dumpster fire, whatever you want to say. They're all terrible.
You still support though. I see.
I have to,
you still support.
because I just realized that my 8-year-old self does not know anything about sports, and he shouldn't have just went full Chicago. He should have just took his time, did some research a little bit, see what teams were cool. Didn't have to go straight Chicago. You don't have to do it, guys. If you're new to sports, like, don't go for your home team always. Like, it's not the right thing to do. I'm already too far in. I'm 40 years old. I'm in 32 years. I can't go back. The only way I told myself I would is if the White Sox leave Chicago, then I'm a free agent. That's it. Any team that leaves Chicago, I could be a free agent now. But I mean, I'm not a Cubs fan really, but I mean, I'll follow them. But
so I'm a Dodger fan, but we were getting the A's, the Vegas A's are coming. So I'm like, fuck, like, but I love the Dodgers. Like, that's my team, and they suck ass. So it's like, what the hell? I'm screwed. All the people that are just MMA fans are like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
I know, right? We just randomly talk about stuff. But appreciate y'all. This is quite literally my favorite show on YouTube, and I sincerely, man, we appreciate that, right? We know you're always here.
Johnny's a good guy, dude. Like, I talk to him all the time, and Blood also. Like, shout out to Cody. Hope he's doing good. But super good dudes.
Yeah, I'm giving Cody a little bit of time away, and then I'm gonna blast him with messages like, when he come back? When he come back?
Yeah. New year, man. We all start at 0.
Yep. Let's see. Have you guys heard of Uros Medic's brother fighting in the regional scene? Paul Poole? No, I have not. If that's real, I or if you're trying to make a joke, that sounds like a joke.
I think you're trying to say something again. I'm not
but I don't know.
Last time I was on a stream, someone got me with Saint Denis.
I know. Same with me.
I'm not doing it again.
Saba, you wish you worked for Mark. You wish. Happy New Year to you, Paul. Let's kill it, indeed. Guy on the right gives me young El Nino vibes.
I get that a lot. Yeah.
I was thinking, what's his name? Oh shoot, I'll have to remember.
I get Ferguson. There's another
I can see a little Ferguson.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I'll think of it later. I am minus 1 million in the hole on drinking and Raider bar bets. There you go. Oh,
that's awesome.
Oh, okay. There's the joke.
I knew it. I was like, I'm not doing it this time.
Well, the thing about it is I know how to say his last name correctly because my wife's Serbian and he's Serbian. It's Medic. It's not Medic. So, but I do get it now. Awesome.
That fight's sweet.
What's up, Earl? Hey, all. I haven't caught the show in a while. Where's Blood Money? Yeah, he's taking a little break with his work schedule and stuff. He just want to take a break. I don't know if or when he's coming back. Like I said, if you just heard me, I'm going to give him a little bit more time and I'm going to start blowing him up. So hopefully he comes back maybe in the summer. Maybe I can get him in the summer. But I think it really just depends on his work schedule. So we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully he comes back. And that's what happened there. Yep. All right. So let's go into the fights. We got 50 people watching. So appreciate everybody. Hit that like button for us. And so we did have a couple cancellations. We'll go through that as we get there. So the first fight's going to be Joe Selecki, which is one of the short notice people, versus Nurulo Aliyev. I can't even say it.
I say Aliyev.
Aliyev. Yeah. There we are. I'll let you start this one off.
Yeah, this is a super easy one, man. The wannabe, Make-A-Wish Habib kid over here, versus Selecki on short notice. But what's weird is, like, obviously Narulo, a super good grappler, right? Like, the wrestling's unreal, the takedowns are unreal, the chain takedowns are unreal. He's a good grappler. Like, the striking isn't the best, basic jab, staying, circling. But when he shoots, man, he's getting those hands locked. He's shooting with great speed and just relentless, man. This guy is a beast on the mat. It was weird. He was one of those guys where he won a fight and they showed like the Tajikistan fans and he had like thousands of people watching. Yeah. Like one of those hometown guys. So he obviously knows what's up here, but Selecki's best attribute to me is his jiu-jitsu off his back. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Selecki pull guard here. But I just don't rate Selecki that good. And he's on a short notice here. And Aliyev hasn't fought in almost 2 years. He has a major surgery. But at the same time, I'm expecting him to look improved, especially in the striking. I want to see how he strikes in this fight. But yeah, I just consider Selecki too much of a liability here to be comfortable off his back, hunting subs. He really has nothing to lose, man. He's a huge underdog here, and he's getting a young, hungry prospect. And I feel like short notice against Aliev, someone like Aliev who hasn't fought in forever, gonna put on a performance. I'm leaning decision. I don't know if he can finish Selecki. I just feel like the grappling exchanges are going to be too much. But he can flow, man. Both these guys can flow, and the grappling is going to be sick in this fight. I got Aliev decision. Don't know what the line is on that. I know he's a huge favorite. I figured he would be. But yeah, man, give me Aliev. Give me Aliev decision. Selecki too comfortable off his back.
Right on. Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm on Aliev too. I do like his wrestling here. He's got very good chain wrestling, like you said. His striking is okay, but you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go in there and try to wrestle, and that's kind of like Selecki's. I don't want to say kryptonite because he can get taken down rather easily. He likes to play off his back, and Selecki's striking isn't the greatest either. This is short notice for him, so there's a lot of obstacles. I think this is a bad matchup for him too. But Aliev also hasn't fought in a while. He hasn't fought in almost 2 years. So, but he is super young. We don't know. Maybe he's training. Maybe he got injured and he couldn't fight. One of those things. But he's like 24 years old, and I think he's very good. I don't really rate Selecki all that well. I mean, yeah, he can catch some people in some guillotines or rear naked chokes and out grapple somebody, but I don't think he's going to be able to out grapple Narullo here. So I do like Narullo to win by decision as well. Maybe a late finish because maybe Selecki slows down. We have seen him actually slow down in some of the fights, like in the third round. Like he just looks a little bit gassed. He doesn't really do anything and kind of survives. So maybe you can look at, Narullo round 3 decision, or maybe even just do the round 3 prop. I was trying to bring up some of the odds here because it's not on it's probably on Bet Online, but I don't really use that one. Let's see. Narullo by submission, which is crazy, plus 1,800.
Really?
Yeah. KO is plus 500. That's interesting.
That's got to be a type of. I mean, he can
it's on
he can definitely
online.
get his back. I can see a finish, but yeah, I mean, I think Narullo's got this pretty good.
Sheesh, Narullo wins in round 3 is plus 1,800 on Bet Online. I kind of like that for a stab.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see him getting the rear naked choke here, dude. Like,
or even just a ground and pound.
Yeah.
He just Selecki slows down in some of those fights, dude. He does very good in round 1, and then all of a sudden you're like, what is he doing? Like he's not doing anything, and then he's just gassed and he just survives. I can't remember the fight that I'm trying to remember. Let me look back. Because he dominated him in round 1. Oh, what was it?
Didn't he bite a guy too?
Narullo?
Yeah, I think he bit, Alves. Yeah.
Yep. That was why it was a majority decision.
Yeah.
I was talking about Selecki because he was doing very good in one of the fights in round 1, and then he just gassed himself out. Was it the Grant Dawson fight? No,
he got dominated.
Was it Jared Gordon? It might have been Jared Gordon. Because he destroyed him in round 1. And then he faded and faded and faded and faded, and it went to split and he lost. If
he pulls guard, I will root so hard for Aliev to crush him and finish him. I hate when guys pull guard.
Well, if that happens, I think it might happen later. The longer the fight goes, I think it might happen. So I think this fight does play out in the mat. I do think I'll say Narullo by decision, but if you're going to give me 1,800 on round 3, though, I might take a small fun bet stab on that one because that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
Let's see what everyone else says here. Saba's got Narullo to win. Let's go. We got. I always want to. I hope I'm saying this right. Is Jusei? Hopefully it's good, man. Johnny, Happy New Year. We undefeated against the Cheese in 2025. We are undefeated. Caleb's undefeated in 2025. It's fantastic. I don't know how they won. I don't know how they did it. They shouldn't have done it.
Why? What's going on? What are you doing?
But that's such a Bears thing. That's the thing. Yep. It's to me, it's that's the Bears should do what they should do. They do the opposite.
The Raiders did the same. The Raiders won too. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Crazy wide line, dog or pass. Yeah, it is. Selecki's on short notice. I think that plays a part here. I know it's probably what is it now? I saw it at minus 450 when it first came out. I bet you it's 600. Yeah, minus 650 now. So If you
when I
need a
did my
little bit,
video,
it's I think it's okay.
I did, yeah, when I did my video this week, because it wasn't out yet, like the line, I guessed he'd be minus 300 or higher. So I guess I
Oh yeah,
undervalued
I
him.
think he came out. When I saw him, he was like minus 450 ish. That's the best I've seen him. I think. Saba said I picked Selecki against close, so I'm low key hard to hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember if I did or not too.
me neither. I know I
Can't
picked him against Dean
remember.
because Dean's like the worst fighter ever.
Yeah, I
But
did
yeah,
pick him against that. Pick him, yeah. Aliyah by decision, high confidence. I like it.
I'm
And
saying.
then we got Derek Easy in the house. What's up, man? What's up,
Hey,
guys? Effie, I need more NHL picks. Time to win some money. There you go.
I got you, bro.
Um, there you go. Say it. Say it
Bro,
real
I
quick.
love hockey. I love watching. Yesterday, I didn't tweet it out because I like put it in right before the game started. I went 3-0. Had the Oilers, had the Leafs, had the Lightning. So yesterday I won a good amount. Today I don't have big bets, but I have the Canucks small, Canucks over small, and then Nathan McKinnon to score. You got 5 minutes to put those bets in. So
5 minutes, guys, if you want
good luck.
to.
I didn't go big though. I didn't go big. Usually I bet like to win 100 or to win 50, but these ones were just small, like 30, 20 bucks. So
Yeah, small bets. They're little fun bets.
yeah, while we do the show, watch it trickle in.
Exactly. All right, next fight here we got is going to be Victoria Dudakova versus Fatima Klein. I'll go ahead and go. Yeah, so Dudakova, I would say she's well-rounded. She's got okay striking. It's not the worst, but it's not great. She's got good grappling. Her takedowns, though, she does kind of struggle to get. That's the problem with her. She kind of fades sometimes. So early on, she has good submissions, but the longer the fight goes, she's probably not going to get a finish. But with Klein, we did see her against Jasmine up a weight class, and she was clearly like undersized for the division, especially against Jasmine because she's already one of the bigger flyweights in that division. But she did pretty good in the beginning, and then you saw her kind of fade a little bit. But that was a short notice fight for her too. But she's pretty well rounded too. She's a good grappler, good striking, as you saw. The one thing I would say I kind of just don't like from her maybe is her striking defense, but she is durable. She does have good cardio, as you saw in that fight. She took on short notice and she was there for all 3 rounds. She didn't really gas out or anything, but she just lost the striking exchanges a little bit, and she was just being out physical or muscled, if you want to say. But in this fight, she's in her right weight class. But I'm gonna go with her. I know the odds are crazy. I do think this fight goes over 2.5. It's actually pretty decently priced for a parlay piece. It's like minus 298. So if you need a little parlay piece over 2.5, or if you can do fight goes the distance, you might get a little bit under, maybe like minus 240. Maybe if it Klein by decision, I would like that too. But I think Klein just outstrikes her, stuffs the takedowns. And if the fight does get to the mat, I think Klein's not a fish out of water by any means. And then the longer the fight goes, I think it does favor her too. So give me Klein by decision though. What do you think?
I think she could finish Dudakova.
You think so?
I took Jasmine in her last fight because, like you said, the size is just way,
and short
big.
notice too.
Yeah, and then Jasmine's good, so like it's not like some random scrub. So Jasmine was minus 125. So now, dude, minus 1,000. Saba said in the comments, how is Klein such a favorite? I agree, dude. Like I saw this at minus 800, and I was like, what the hell? This is crazy. But then I'm like, Dudakova's not the best, like you were saying, pretty decent everywhere. I don't really see her out grappling, Klein and shooting takedowns over and over again, getting Klein's back on the mat. Even if she does, I think Klein's good enough to reverse, or at least get a sweep and end up on top here. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Klein's going to win the minutes on the feet, way better striking, way better variety. Can fire both stances, very good footwork, and the speed's, in my opinion, the big factor. I think Klein's way faster on the feet. And then in the grappling, I can see her offensively grappling in this fight. Even though she spent a ton of time off her back in her last fight, she's actually a good counter wrestler, man. She can end up on top of Dudakova here in this fight. And then Dudakova was always crying about having staph infection. It's the craziest thing. Her cardio is not the best. I'm like, how many times can someone get staph infection, bro? Like, clean your mats, do something. Like, you're gonna get cut if you keep coming in.
Dare I say she's dirty?
Dude, she's a dirty girl, man. She's got to clean that up, and she's got to make weight. So
you got to clean that up.
You got to wash up some stuff, man. You got to take care. But yeah, dude. So I don't know. I just get bad, feelings from Dudakova. You worry about the staff, you worry about the weight cut, and I don't see her offensive grappling. If it ends up on the feet for 15 minutes, I think Klein decision is the way to go. But like I said, I do think I can see her getting on top here and getting a finish. I think if she can ground and pound this girl out or submit her, I'm going Klein round 2 submission.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
it's too much. Like minus 1,000 in the very next fight. I mean, it's more of a
Oh yeah,
realistic
I
type of
wouldn't touch the money
opponent,
line here.
Yeah, I mean, she got thrown quickly into the fire against Jasmine, but
True, but
now
I
it's
think
like get
she
back on
probably
track.
just took that fight though because she wanted to get in the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
She was
And she
waiting
was
for a
good,
fight.
in her other fights. So
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I just don't really rate Dudakova all that well or that much either.
same,
Like
same.
she didn't look great against Sam Hughes, even though it was a split. I don't personally think it was a split. I think she clearly lost that fight. The Jinyu Frey fight, honestly, could have went either way.
She got
And
taken
then
in that
the
fight too.
and then the Estela Nunes fight, like that was a quick
Yeah.
injury. So like
Mhm.
all of her fights in the UFC, really, she hasn't showed me anything crazy. And even in her contender series fight, like yeah, she beat someone that was pretty decent, but I can't remember if that girl was injured or not. But whatever.
Mm.
Either way, it just really hasn't impressed me. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll see what happens. But Justin says Raider Nation, just win, baby, unless they are recorded bad. There are 3 kills.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn.
And we got MMA wrestling. Matt, what's up, man? Don't get mad at Dudakova for staff. I've been clapping. I've been tapping for ladies when they roll with me. So,
Jesus.
all right, we got to blame MMA wrestling, Matt. Keep my girls. Keep your name, keep my wife's name out your damn mouth.
I can't believe Will Smith did that.
That was wild. Good for him, though. Good for him.
Hey, smack the crap out of that dude.
That's right. Klein by sub decision. Odds are wide, but I think the favorite wins. Yes, sir.
Yep. Completely agree.
What we have in between Penn State and Notre Dame. Are we going to get in that already?
I
mean, we
I'll
can do it
later.
before we jump in. Or when do you want to do it?
I'll do it at the end of the show, but I think me and you might be on the same side on that one.
We better be. I think we are on the same side, but I think the confidence level is different on both games, but we're on the same side.
I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm gonna get off work, dude. Get some beer. It's gonna be sick.
What odds should be for Klein -2? I think that's more appropriate. I think maybe -300 at most. But like she's kind of a little bit unproven in the UFC, but you can see she passes the eye test. For me, more so than Dudakova in the UFC. Like I think Dudakova, some of her wins aren't really. I mean, got an injury and maybe a win, and then she probably. Yeah. So I think actually Klein's probably better than all of her wins that she has in the UFC and anybody she's fought in the UFC personally.
That her loss is to someone that is waiting. She has never. Dudakova has never fought someone as good as Jasmine ever.
Yeah, 100%. But all right, let's go to the next fight here. Oh man, this is the one I'm going to butcher. Magomed Gadzhiesulov versus Bruno Lopez. I'll let you start this one.
I'm going with Godzi here. I'm not impressed with Bruno, man. I think he's slow. I think the speed is way like a big gap in this fight. I think Magomed's way faster. But I actually took Ribeiro against Gadzhiesulov. I remember watching tape on Godzi and being like, dude, I don't like this guy. Like, I don't really think he's that good in any one area. You know, he's not really a specialist. He's more of a generalist. But he implemented a lot of grappling against Ribeiro, which I didn't really foresee coming. I thought he was going to strike with him. But he's good, man. He has a tall frame. He's like super long. And he's kind of like awkward a little bit. I think that, Bruno here is kind of reliant on a KO. I just don't think he can keep up for 3 rounds. And we are going back to the real UFC gloves. So my worry here is Gadzhiev throwing a kick and getting caught with one leg on the ground, But it's just too specific of a knockout or an overhand right, catching this guy. And I just don't think he's going to be able to. So unless Bruno can get a knockout, I don't see him winning this fight. Going with Gadzhiesulov. And I mean, I really don't rate him that high either because I faded him in his last fight. And it's kind of weird. One of those weird fights where Bruno's only loss came to the dude that Magomed just beat, Ribeiro.
Ribeiro, yeah.
So if you're like an MMA math or just a week capper, like you're like, oh, this guy's definitely gonna win. But you gotta be careful here. Bruno definitely hits hard and he throws a ton of power in his shots. But yeah, but like I said, I don't see him, out wrestling Gadzhiev, and I don't see him putting enough volume to win 2 out of 3 rounds here. So he's too finish reliant in this fight for me. I'm going with Gadzhiev to win a decision here. So I'm going with give me Gadzhiesulov a decision.
I like that. I'm glad you're on the decision because you would think these guys said they throw bombs early. They're very dangerous. Like either guy can probably get a KO early. But I really think both guys are like first round KO or bust. I don't think they're going to get a second round KO or definitely a third round. But I am on the Godzi side as well. I just think he's a little bit more well-rounded. We saw in his last fight against Ribeiro that once he does start slowing down, he can get those takedowns. And I don't really rate Lopez's takedown defense all that great. It's okay, but I think he can get taken down. I think he can be controlled. So this fight could actually kind of play out like Godzi's last fight. Like it's weird, but for the first round will be fun. I think they both have, they throw bombs. They like to get in the brawls, but I just think Godzi's just a little bit better, and he also has that wrestling in his back pocket. So give me Godzi to win by a boring decision. I think the first round will be fun, but rounds 2 and 3 will just be lay and pray, control, more so like that, and the striking will be gone. We've seen in both these guys, like they just kind of slow down a little bit after the first round, but they're very dangerous early. I do like Godzi's leg kicks. He does have good leg kicks, and we'll see. So
there's not really too many guys that have to go on Contender Series twice, unless you're like Bo Nickel, that are like end up being good. So like I don't know. I feel like this guy's not that good. So
what was that guy? Tory.
Oh my god,
3 times.
Yeah, that's my
he
hero.
won 3 times.
Stacked, dude. That guy is yoked, bro.
What is he, like 5'7" in the middleweight?
Ripped, bro. Tank. Well, yeah, they did him dirty, bro.
They were like, they had to get him. Yeah, 3 times and he won. 3.
Like, basically, fine. Like, you keep winning, whatever.
He's like, all right. I mean,
I thought you should have gone. Like, yeah,
I think he should have won. I think he should have went the earlier. The second time.
Yeah, the second time. Yeah, the second time was
for
way
sure because he was a huge dog.
Yeah,
whatever time that was when he was a huge dog and he submitted that guy.
You got to catch Dana in a good mood. Hopefully, he just hit the craps table. Or
all you have to say is John Jones is a pound for pound number 1 fighter, and you're going to get a contract.
There's a dude that did that this year. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that guy's a genius.
He knew.
That guy's smart. I like that.
That's hilarious. Let's see. So we're both on that guy. And let's see. Dirty Reg. These first 5 or 6 fights I have zero interest in. Well,
it starts pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, they're just there for entertainment. There's nothing really crazy.
The lines are huge.
I hear you. We got Mike in here. What's up, Mike? Never bet against a man named Magomed. Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't think of a bad one.
To be good angle, yeah.
This one might be the worst Magomed, I will say. I can't think of a worse one off the top of my head. Bruno should shrink a class and see what he truly has. That's true.
He does seem to have a little bit of extra on him.
Yeah, up a class like he's hoping just for bombs to win all his fights. Yep, I agree. And he likes to get in those brawls too. So I think if he does do that, Godzi will just shoot. I think so. Vikings at -115 looks good versus the Rams. I'm going sports side quest here.
Yes, I was all about the American sports.
I kind of like that too.
I think they kill the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah. Can all be Kane Bass. Yep. 100%. Ghazi Azulov. There we go. Buckeyes, Penn State, Ravens, Bills, Kopilov, and bitch fight over Parlay. Which one? Which bitch fight?
There's like 2, yeah. 2
I think there's 3. There's 3 on this card. Yeah. It's crazy. I like them all to go over, to be honest.
Like those college picks.
I do. I like those too. I think it goes over, so decision seems a good pick. I wonder what the over is. I didn't see that on DraftKings, but let me look at here.
I figure it should be shaded to it's my guess would be 1.5.
Over, yeah, over 2.5 is +120. So maybe
it's like right there.
If you have a book that does like fight to start round 3, you might get like -110. That's not a bad play.
Shave 2 minutes, yeah.
I mean, the price difference won't be that much. I'll take the start round 3 all day if that's the case. I think the first few fights are good for bets and parlay pieces. Yeah, I got a couple parlay pieces on these first 2 or few. But the next one, we got another women's fight. We got Ernesta Caricate versus Nicole Cagliari. And I'll go for this one. Yeah, so Caricate, we've seen her before. She's a pretty good striker. She throws tons of volume, always pushes forward. She's got amazing cardio. She used to be like a swimmer or something. So she's got good cardio if she's a swimmer. Her striking defense is kind of a little bit of an issue, but she's very tall. She's very long. Her takedown defense is just okay. So this is where the red flags come into play for me. But we got Cagliari is making her UFC debut, but she's a very good grappler. She does like to try to use more trips than like traditional wrestling takedowns, body lock takedowns, stuff like that. But her striking is pretty good. but she does like to get the fight to the mat. That's her game plan. That's her bread and butter. She will have a massive disadvantage in her height. It's going to be about a 6-inch height advantage or disadvantage and a 9-inch reach advantage. So to me, man, Nicole needs to get this fight to the mat ASAP and get a sub. If she cannot get a sub early, and I'm talking like a first round and a half, I don't think she wins this fight. Ernesta's cardio is very good. I think she'll be able to stuff the takedowns later as the fight goes on. Maybe not early, but after round 1, this might be a good live betting spot. So look at the lines after round 1 and see if Ernesta is like close to maybe a pick 'em or plus money, then definitely attack that. I would. But I am going Ernesta to win. I'm a little bit worried. Don't have a bet on it on her side. I do like the overs. I don't think anyone's going to get a finish. If there is, it would be Nicole, probably first round sub. But I just like Karakati's length and her height, and I do like her cardio. So I think she'll be able to stuff the takedowns as the fight goes on too. So later the fight goes, I think it favors Ernesta. So give me Ernesta by decision. Probably a close 29-28, or maybe even a split. What do you think?
Dude, I was just about to say, last year we saw a ton of women's MMA fights go to split. And I feel like that's a really good angle, man. They priced those like plus 350. I mean, they came down towards the end of the year.
Yeah, usually like a very close women's fight that usually has a lot of splits, like depending on the fighters. Plus 300 is the lowest I've ever seen for a split.
Right. Yeah. And so like in this one, like you said it perfect. Like she has to get this takedown, like on the feet. I don't even know how she's gonna hit Ernesta, man.
She won't.
The frame is so big. Like Ernesta's big for regardless, and then Nicole's small for the class too. So, I mean, I definitely see Ernesta using that jab, using those low leg kicks like often in this fight. But Nicole has to duck under a jab, get those hands locked. I don't really like her takedowns in the open mat. I don't think she, shooting double legs, single legs, and getting people down as often. Like you said, she uses those trips, and I actually really like that in fights, man. Like whether it be dudes or chicks, like when someone's in the clinch and they can, trip them and get down. I love that. It's awesome, and that could happen here, but it all depends on her getting her hands locked. And I just think that she has a cage push for that to happen, and that involves the over, that maybe involves the fight going to the decision. But I do think Ernesta is going to win the fight. Like I said, too much on the feet here. And I think that I agree with you. Like, I think that she can stuff them as the fight goes. Like in the beginning, I wouldn't be shocked to see her on her back for a little bit. I mean, in her last fight, she got taken down by who was that Brazilian girl. And I just think that she's a better fighter. I rate her way higher as a fighter. What was the line on her money line? Is she like minus 250?
I think she was at one point. She is minus 250 range now. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably about right.
I wish it was a little bit like, I would say if I had to probably do this line, it would probably be like minus 170 for Ernesta. But I do see why it's inflated, probably because it's been 4 weeks. You know what I mean? People are starting to bet on it already because MMA is getting more popular. So,
but yeah, get Ernesta decision. I don't really likely see a finish happening for her, like knocking her out or grounding pounding her out. So yeah, give me a decision. If you want to get crazy, fight goes to split. Yeah, Ernesta decision for me.
Yeah, I like it. Another thing too, like for shorter grapplers or wrestlers fighting taller fighters, it's very hard for them to take them down consistently. Now, if they can get them down and on their back, then they're good to go. But it's a struggle sometimes. Like those long limbs, it's like trying to take down a folding table. You know what I mean? Like I'm 5'9". If I try to take down a 6-foot folding table, I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it's like, well, unless you're Jose Johnson, who's like 8,000 feet tall, and he gets taken out by everyone. But we'll talk about that guy later. But
yeah, exactly.
This ain't that. So
let's see what we got here. We got Bloom Dog in here. What's up, Bloom Dog? What's up? Getting closer. What's your guys' favorite high odds prop? Well, I just said one actually. Nurulo Oliev round 3 is like plus 1,800. I think if he gets that wrestling going and works Zaleski, I mean round 3, I think a finish can happen because Zaleski's taking this fight on short notice. So that's what I mean so far. But we'll go through it though. What do you think, Effie? So far,
I agree with that. I agree with that take. So far, I don't really see a long shot prop. I haven't seen. My books in Vegas are super slow, man. Like sometimes we don't get over-unders till like Thursday. So like I don't even know. Like I can't even give you an answer. So I mean, I'm sure there's some angles where you can get crazy here, but Yeah, I like the Elliott look, the round 3 look, or even submission.
Yeah, submissions. I think it's the same price on Bet Online. So, I mean, do you think he's going to be able to get a round 3 submission or a round 3 KO? Ground and pound, probably ground and pound. So
Yeah,
we'll
Joe's
see.
gonna be on his back. Yeah.
Let's see. Saba said he's already found 3 parlays for the next footy at plus money. Well, throw them in the chat, man. You know what to do. You know what to do. We'll look at that. We'll check it out. Just take the over on these bitch fights.
Hey,
It's the only thing that hits consistently. Yes, sir. There you
I
go.
agree. I agree.
I honestly don't know who these 2 women are. You're out of the game, Saba. You're out of the game then. Have Karakata here, but most confident is the fight goes a decision. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if you're gonna if you want to bet this fight, it's almost better just do like the over 2.5, just in case. But I do like Ernesta. Live betting after round 1, especially Ernesta. So that is my takes on those. Let's see. Next one we got, it's going to be Preston Parsons versus the short notice Jacoby Smith. Who do you like?
Dude, I love this fight. I'm so excited for this fight.
Jacoby.
Hey, dude. So this year with Contender Series, like the way my schedule works, I had to like watch the replay. I couldn't watch them live. So like obviously going in, kind of knew who would win, you know, because I see them on Twitter and shit.
Mm.
And this dude, like, whoa, like this dude is nice. Like this dude, college wrestler, junior college national champion. Dude, anyone in the chat, comment who.
Effie, do you like wrestling?
Yeah, I'm a huge wrestling guy. The real kind, not the fake fucking.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But yeah, I'm in tune with college wrestling, the Olympics, and all that stuff. But like, that, you have my respect, dude. If you're a college wrestler, I don't care where you were. Like, that's hard. Like, those guys know discipline, weight cutting, like that stuff's hard. And obviously, it's a good base for MMA. But I mean, like, this dude. But the thing with Smith is like he cracks people. Like when I'm watching tape, like this, you can watch his tape in like 10 minutes. This guy is knocking everyone out. Like this guy has super powerful hands, super powerful leg kicks, and he seems like super calm in there. I like this guy, but dang, short notice going against Parsons, who I like Parsons, man. He's very good everywhere, good striking, good volume, decent grappling. He made Albon Elliott look like a future champion in his last fight, and I actually had money on him and he lost. But I do rate him as a good fighter, man. Good experience. Like that's actually not that easy of a debut, and you're on short notice, and then you come in at like minus 500. So, man, like a part of me definitely wants to take a look at Parsons, but I just can't go against Smith, man. This dude, man, the takedown he hit on Contender Series where he blew the dude's knees out. I mean, that's just something you don't see every day. Like, you can do that in the gym, jiu-jitsu class, like you're getting jumped by everybody because you can't be blowing out people's knees like that with your training partners. But man, this guy, I mean, you're in a fight, anything goes. So really like this guy's grappling. Like I said, very powerful hands. This guy seems to be the real deal. There's a couple guys, or even fighters in general from that last season that I think have very high expectations in the UFC, and like Bashi later on the card. So yeah, I'm going with Smith, man. I love this guy. Like I'm super excited to see him in the UFC. But hey, this is a tough test. Short notice against Parsons, who definitely wants to get back on the right track. He had to fly overseas for his last fight. This would be in Vegas now. Man, this is gonna be a great fight. I'm super excited for this one. But I'm going with Smith. I kind of want to go decision, but I feel like I've been picking like 5 decisions now. This card's gonna take like 5 hours. But I can see him finishing him on the mat here. Like I can see him getting him down and just pounding him out. So I like Smith. Give me Smith. Pretty confident he wins. Interesting to see how he handles a short notice here.
Yeah, I'm all over Jacoby Smith too. I think this is a way better fight than he was supposed to fight Gustafsson. And actually, like to me, that was kind of a toss up. But I was going to pick Preston Parsons because I don't trust Gustafsson's wrestling enough. I trust Jacoby Smith's wrestling. This guy
Right,
wrestles. Yeah. And he also has pretty good hands on the feet too. So good ground and pound. This guy doesn't mess around. And, Preston Parson, like his game is grappling. So what's he want to do? Does he want to keep it on the feet? Like his striking isn't all that great. But I will say though, the good thing about Preston Parsons though, he's very durable. And he does have, he'll stick in there as long as he can. I know he got knocked out against, I think it was Daniel Rodriguez, but that was his like UFC debut. I think that was on short notice too. But other than that, like he's took a lot of good shots, like against pretty decent guys that are pretty dangerous, gone to decision, whether he loses or wins, whatever. But I think Jacoby Smith is on a different level right now. I know, but the one thing that does hold me back a bit is that UFC debut short notice. It's like, man, dude, I wish he had like a little bit more time. And it's like a week notice. So hopefully he was doing okay, but I do think he wins this fight. Do I think he can get a finish? I do, because he does have the hands early, but if he doesn't get that finish, in round 1, he probably doesn't. So I'm going to say Smith wins by decision. I think he wins the first 2 rounds. Round 3 might be a toss up, but Parsons doesn't have really the greatest cardio either. He slows down as the fight goes on too. He gets sloppy in round 3. So it might be even in round 3 if it gets that far, but I do like Smith in rounds 1 or 2. I think he'll have good cardio for rounds 1 and 2 at least. So I'm going to go decision though, because Parsons is pretty durable, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's see. Paul said beer money piece. Maybe. The 1800 might be. Nice round 3. I like it. There you go. No real fight picks. What's up, man? No Mia. So this is SFW. Bet every dog this card and you will end up plus money. You think so?
I mean,
so?
some of them are just so crazy, and I think the fight can play out way closer than the lines.
I know.
So I don't hate it, but
it sucks.
Last year was all favorites. The favorites killed last year.
Yeah, before this fight, because like I said, I was gonna pick Preston Parsons, and he was the underdog. I think I only have like 1 dog.
yeah, I didn't have many dogs.
The lines are moving a little bit,
yeah.
but I think at the time, I think I might have had 2 dogs, maybe, but not now. It's only 1. So Saba likes Jacoby. He's gonna smash. I like it. I feel like Jacoby's legit. Very excited to see how he looks. I think so too. I think he, we'll see where he goes. I'm not saying he's going to be like one of those guys that loses 2 out of 3 fights. I think he's more so like a guy that wins every 2 of 3 fights. He's pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be ranked, but we'll see. For Karikate, decision over. Yep, I like that too.
There's a full-on scrap in this Canucks Capitals game. There's like 5 dudes fighting right now.
Oh, let's go. For this, I have Smith by KO decision. That's the way to go. I like it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this will be the year of the dogs. We'll see. Well, if we're going to get those old UFC gloves, anything goes. I think the favorites, except every dog except DERN. I agree with that.
I agree too.
But we'll get there. Next fight we're going to have is going to be interesting one. Thiago Moises versus Trey Ogden. And I'll go ahead and start this one. I'll go ahead and say it now. I don't trust Thiago Moises. I just don't trust him. I know the talent is there. Like you've seen it. Glimpses of like when he fought against Islam, like he looked very good and then he ended up losing. Like whenever it seemed like he takes the step up a little bit, he loses. And then he fights somebody a step or 2 below and then he dominates. Like, so I really don't know how to rate him and then betting and picking wise, like I probably am like 0 for 5 in his last fights. Like I did pick him against Mitch Ramirez. I will say that. But other than that, like a lot of these fights, man, like he has good grappling. He's got good submissions. He's got decent striking, but like something, I just think it's up here. It just doesn't click and everything maybe it's a bad game plan. I don't know, but I know what I'm going to get from Trey Ogden. I'm going to get a guy that's not going to make any mistakes. He's going to try to grapple you and wrestle you. He's got very good wrestling. Decent striking. He uses his striking more so for the takedowns. He's very durable. He's not going to get finished. And I think Ogden can win this fight just by pure technicality, like just being more technical in this fight and making more right decisions than Moises. Like, and also Moises' takedown defense isn't all that great. I will say that. And Moises' wrestling, I wouldn't say is as good as Ogden either, but I think his grappling might be a little bit better, but I don't see him being on top of Ogden like at all the whole fight. Now, if Ogden can't get Moises down, maybe it's a bad pick, but I think Ogden's gonna be able to take Moises down, pretty much control him for most of the round and win a decision, like just how he usually does. And that's what I'm going on. I trust him more. This is my dog pick. And if it was closer to a pick 'em, maybe I would pick Moises, but I do think, and I trust more, my gut says Ogden wins by decision. What do you think?
So far, Ogden's probably the best underdog. Definitely.
Yeah,
I agree with everything you said. I really like how he fights, man. He really puts all of the stuff you can use in a fight together.
Super smart.
Like, but man, anyone that loses to Jordan Levitt, I'll never pick you. Like, I will never pick you again. I don't know how that happened. If they were to
Hey,
fight 10
he's the
times,
Monkey King for a reason. Okay,
if they were to fight 10 times, he probably wins 9 times. Like,
that's true.
especially now, like, but and then Thiago, dude, like you said, sometimes his wrestling looks really good, man. The way he picked up and dumped Islam, and I'll never forget that. Like, that was one of those, like, what the heck is that? Like, off the ground, in the sky, on the mat. But you look at his last 3 fights, man. His only win is Mr. Ramirez, who, nothing
Which
against
is
the guy,
garbage.
dude.
You
Like,
can say it. You can
no,
say it's
because like
garbage.
he's a syndicate guy. I've seen him at the gym. Super nice guy.
Sorry, but he's
Kick my ass if I
garbage.
say that. But
Well,
I
he
just
can't
don't.
kick mine. So
No offense, but I just don't think he should have been in the UFC. So yeah, I mean, obviously the fighters he's fighting are way better, like stuff to beat these high level guys. But man, what was it? Minus 180, minus 190. I don't want to pay juice on Thiago Moises, like especially in this fight. But I'm going with him to win this fight. I'm going decision. I think it's gonna be close. I think it comes down to who gets the takedowns, like who is gonna be one. Because like you said, I can see Trey taking Thiago's down. I mean, Trey Ogden hasn't been taken down in 2 years, almost 3 years now, almost like 3-4 fights in a row. He hasn't been taken down a single time, and
I
think
know who's gonna get takedowns.
It's probably Trey, right? Like,
if there's takedowns, I know who's gonna get takedowns. It's Trey.
And
now, if there's not, then Moises probably wins the striking battle. Let's be honest.
That's what I think too. So like, and so in that case, I don't want to lay minus 180. Like I'm staying away from the money line here, but I got to pick just for the pick, for the show. I'm going with Thiago. But like I said, so far, this is probably the best underdog in my opinion. Very good fight IQ, very well rounded, good cardio, decent durability. And I really like the IQ, man. Like, there's no way this guy goes in there and just doesn't shoot. If he doesn't shoot a takedown, I'll be shocked. So I can see Thiago ending up on his back, trying to hunt submissions. And I can see, like you said, I don't see Thiago taking Trey down and then staying there. Whereas I can see Trey taking Thiago down and then him being the one stays, for a little bit more minute, accumulating minutes and stuff on top. So this would be a close fight, man. I disagree with that line, flat out. So I'm going to pick Thiago Moises. I think he wins this fight. But man, Trey Ogden so far is probably the best underdog in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm waiting for that plus 3.5 spread to drop just to see what it's at. He's at plus 150, 160 in some books. I don't mind the over 2.5. I think this fight does go to decision. Both guys are super tough. Moises has been finished a little bit more than you would like, but it's against very good competition. Ogden really isn't all that dangerous. He does go for the head and arm choke a lot. That's probably his best move to get a finish. But I don't think that's going to happen here. But I just think he wins minutes just by wrestling, getting the fight down. He does have decent striking. He's got good leg kicks. He's got a good jab. He's got good cardio. He's got good game plans. Like to me, like I just think he's a really tough guy to fight. Just Ogden in general. So at plus money,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's crazy. He has like good wins, man. Like Zell Huber's a good win. He should be on a 3
very good win.
Streak. Like he's good. So
I mean, like you said, just it's a Jordan Levitt loss. That's the only one that might leave a little bit bad taste in your mouth. But other than that, like he's got some very good wins. He destroyed Nick Moda, but you know how that went. Like
that was crazy, bro. They robbed him.
100%.
Straight up robbed him, bro.
Crazy. Let's see. Saba says trust the gut. Yeah, this is the year of the gut, guys. 2025. I'm trusting the gut, and Ogden's a gut pick, so I like it. Mike likes Ogden dog money. We got Mike with the $19.99 $20 donation, and he said, Johnny, here's 20, but stipulation you have to bet Ogden with it. All right, got it.
Post it if he wins. Post it and tag Mike.
I'll put Mike. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, let me know. If you're following me, then I will tag you. I'll do it. I'll post it. Do it. Thank you. Appreciate that donut, by the way. It's awesome.
Freaking that fight broke out in this Canucks game. Got a 5-minute power play. 0 shots on goal so far. Brutal. Your Blackhawks down 1-0 already.
That's right there. Whoop, right there you go. See? Blackhawks. Get out of here. Ogden slipped and it cost him the round against Levitt. I took him here too. Might push him right through the cage like Plato. Yeah, I like it. Salutations, Scotty Law. What is up, my dude? I have arrived. I appreciate you as always. Salutations as well. Everybody loves you. I'm going with Dogden. Ooh, I like that name.
That should be what we see. Like
there we go.
He's a good underdog here.
I think he is. I think this, like you said, I really think he's the best dog of the card. I mean, if anybody else disagrees, put it in the chat. We'll go over it. But I think for me, to actually like dominate, if you want to say. Like, I think he can dominate Moises. It just depends on which Moises we're going to get. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't trust him. Definitely over 2.5. I like Ogden here as a dog pick. There we go, Paul. I like the over 2.5 too. I think it's good. If you want a parlay piece, I think it's minus 300 or 3. Let's see. I just saw it. Minus 330 now. So there is money coming on that. So everybody's on that. So get on it quick. This and my other dog is Boone's. I don't hate that. We'll get there. I don't hate it at all. Don't hate it. I thought Johnny was the master of nicknames. I am the master of nicknames, but you got a good one, though. You got me dogged in. I like it.
I like that, yeah.
I like it. All right. Next one we got is going to be Marco Tulio versus Eor Pateria. And I believe, is it your turn or my turn?
Yeah,
this is where I forget.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
There you go.
I got it. Let's go. Marco Tulio, Octafulio, sipping down Julio. I think he's gonna crush Ihor, man. I think he definitely gets his finish here. Ihor, I don't see him in the UFC, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. This guy is just all over the place, right? I was at his last fight. I was in Salt Lake City for his last fight, and that fight went to decision. Everyone thought he was gonna get finished. Got taken down a bunch. I don't know if it happens this fight. I can see him getting finished on the feet or on the mat here. The line's crazy. The line's definitely crazy. I kind of don't like laying this big a chalk on, unproven quote unquote guys in the UFC, making the debut and stuff. But I just don't think Ihor is that good, bro. Like, I literally think he's one of the worst fighters on the roster. I think he gets finished, man. I think if he tries to strike too long, he's going to get caught. His hands are super low. The longer the fight goes, his hands get down by his chest, by his nipples. Yep. And he just overextends, like, his
belly button.
Shots. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's weird. Like, he flows.
He slowly goes down as the fight goes on.
And he just, like, I mean, I'll give him a little bit of break in Salt Lake last fight, but, like, we've seen it enough times now to where, like, there's better dogs, guys. Like, there's way better dogs on this card. You're pretty much hoping for a long shot here. And the UFC knows what's going on, man. This guy's coming out, he's a shooter box guy, right? And, they're giving a pretty easy fight here to win. So I think he comes through. I think he makes the UFC look good. I don't know about ending up on a highlight reel, but yeah, I think he gets a finish, man. I think Tulio is going to act to Fulio in there and tool this guy up. So yeah, shout out to Tulio. I think he wins, makes his debut here and gets a pretty easy win.
Well, you said it right there. He's a shooter box guy.
That's your boy.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Diego Lima.
But I am going Tulio. Pateria has shown a little bit of, that he can hang in the UFC every now and then. But I don't want to give him I don't want to poo on him too much because I do think he should have won that Rodolfo fight again. But Bataldo, whatever his name is. I think the ref just didn't stop it. And
that was crazy.
I think he should have stopped it. But he did beat Robert Berzek, who's not good. He did come fight Michelle Pereira, and that guy was on a mission during that time. He fought Carlos Olberg. He beat Shogun, which is crazy, which is why everybody hates him.
Yep.
And then he fought. I'm not even gonna say his name, but but to me, he's not terrible, but he's not good. And like you said, to me, his striking defense is terrible. He's only a striker. He did try to go for some takedowns in his last fight, and I think against Cesar Almeida, he did get some, but he still ended up losing. Tulio's better than that. He's more well-rounded. Yeah. And I think Tulio wins. I know this is his debut, but I think the price is actually okay to put him in a parlay. It's minus 500. I know it's a lot. I'm that confident on the UFC debut guy because I just think if Tulio wants to take this fight to the mat, he could probably do it. He could stuff any takedowns. I don't think Pateria is going to try to do it, but I think he's just going to be the better striker. I think it'll be quicker. He's going to be he's at a better camp. He's got a better game plan. I think he's just a better fighter. So give me Tulio to win. I think he does get a knockout. I do think it sneaks over 1.5 rounds. It's set at 1.5. But that's the thing with Pateria fights. You're gambling because I swear most of his fights are seconds. By seconds, I mean 10 seconds under or 10 seconds over that 1.5 mark. So you're going to be gambling a little bit if you want to do the over or under. But I do think it sneaks over, and Tulio gets a knockout here. So I'm pretty confident in that one. Let's see. Colorado's up 1-0. Surprise. I know after the elections and betting Dynamo, no way in hell Johnny's picking a Ukraine. Agreed.
Shout out to
Agreed.
Ukraine. Shout out to Ukraine. Shout out to
Ain't no way, boy.
now I'm blanking his name. Our homie, not Couch Warrior. Yeah, Couch Warrior. Yeah, he's Ukrainian.
Oh,
Shout
he
to
is
him.
little Ukrainian. Yeah,
Shout out to
that's
him.
true. There's only like a few UFC Ukrainians. They're all not that great.
That's funny.
They're all frauds.
I one dude in Bellator is pretty good.
Yeah. What's his?
Whatever.
I was there when he lost, and it got crazy in Chicago there. Like,
Damn.
there was fights in the crowd. We're like, we out. Tulia rides the dump truck. Dumont equals, or is that true? Remdog, is that true?
Big butt. Got some big legs. Dumont, man. Oh, she's on my top 5.
Well, are they dating? Is that what he means? Or
oh, really?
That's what I mean. That's how I took it.
That'd be crazy. I didn't know that.
Man, good for him. I have some reservations on this one. There you go. Okay. I this is one of the bigger favorites that I'm like pretty confident hits. I'm just not a Pretoria fan, and I know maybe I'm throwing him to the wolves a little bit, if you want to say, but I just think in this fight, in this matchup, yeah. Scotty Law, there is no Ukrainians in UFC because they're all fighting a war.
Hey, a little busy, right?
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person, Scotty Law. You're right. I'm sorry. The war.
They got a boxer.
Hey, they're gonna get 5 million before
Lomachenko.
Biden. They're gonna get 500 more million before Biden comes or leaves.
Hey,
but hey, it's okay.
I'm rooting for him.
Just remember what happened in California just now in North Carolina.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, next fight. Jose Johnson versus Felipe Boons. And it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is good.
I will say, this is the closest fight for me.
Really?
I was going back and forth. I really, really was thinking about picking Boons. Yeah. But what ever so slightly put me over the edge is Johnson. I don't trust Boons' cardio. And if Boons cannot get a first or maybe a round and a half finish, I don't think he wins this fight. But Johnson, he's a pretty good striker. His takedown defense, this is the red flag with him, is not good. He does survive. He does do pretty decent on his back just to survive, but he is a striker. He's very dangerous, though. Boons is pretty well-rounded. He's got good grappling, good submissions. His striking is pretty good, too. I wouldn't say it's super technical, but with him, man, like, he's super hittable, too, and he slows down, and that's what worries me, because I know Johnson's going to be there for all 3 rounds, whether he's getting taken down or not. So if he's getting dominated, this could be a live betting spot. If he's getting dominated in round 1 with the grappling, like, I don't trust Boons to do that for 3 rounds. There is no way. I just can't do it. But he is live for early finish. If you want to go that route, that's probably what I would do. I know he's the dog, but I'm going to go with Johnson to actually get a 3rd round finish. I think he's going to be able to get a knockout or maybe even a submission. Maybe, like, he does have pretty good submissions, like sneaky chokes and stuff like that. But I think he gets a knockout in the 3rd round. That's what I'm going with. That's what my gut tells me. My mind was like Boons, and I was like, my gut says Johnson. It's weird because usually it's like your gut tells you an underdog. No, my gut told me a favorite. I don't know. It's weird. What do you think?
Dude, I wish for this fight, both fighters could walk out holding a red flag. Because both fighters, like, they scream red flags.
Yeah. That's why I didn't know who to pick here, because they both are untrustworthy. I don't have any bets on this fight, and I won't.
On one side, you have Jose Johnson, right? 6 foot tall, 125. That's just a joke. Like, forget technique, forget how to defend takedowns, getting your underhooks. That's just physics. Like, you're 125 pounds, 6 foot tall. Like, I could push you over. Like, this is crazy. Like, look at this, man. He got taken down 6 times against Asu Almabayev. I mean, Almabayev is not the grappler that Bunez is, but that's still six takedowns. He beat Chad Ellinger, got taken down 4 times. Lost to Blackshear, got taken down twice. Beat Jack Cartwright, got taken down 6 times. Lost to Ryan Lawrence, got taken down 12 times. Like, the book's out. Like, there's no way Bunez doesn't know this. Like you have to go in and take this guy down. This guy's a giant.
But can you do it for 3 rounds?
And he's like 40 years old. And to me, like, that's his red flag, is his age, man. Like, he is so old. And at 125, man, the lower weight classes, you're that old. Man, you're brittle. Like, you can't take damage. Like, he can get finished in this fight. And then you have the fact that the guy's like 8,000 feet tall. man, like I can see both guys getting dominated. There's a path for both guys to get dominated at moments in this fight. But I agree. I'm going with Johnson. I'm going with the taller, longer striker here, younger guy. But his deficiencies are kind of in favor of here for Felipe. But like you said, I don't see it happening for 10 minutes out of the 15 without him getting hurt. And I don't think he's going to submit Jose. Although I do think Jose will be trying to submit or trying to go for crazy sweeps on bottom, which I don't like. But yeah, I mean, juice almost 2-1 odds here on Johnson. I got it passed because, like I said, they might as well be walking out with 2 red flags. Like there's definitely things that scare me from both sides here to not put my money on them. But I'm going with Johnson. I think he will win this fight. Just the obvious glaring hole in his game is just too much for me to back him with my money. So give me Johnson. I'm actually going with another decision. But I wouldn't be shocked if he lands a knee up the middle or if he hurts him bad on the feet. Yeah, give me Jose Johnson for sure here.
Yeah. I don't mind the decision either. I just think if there is a finish, it's going to be Johnson late or Boone's early. Like, that's it.
Remdog in the chat saying he got caught with the twister, man. If you get caught with the twister, bro, like, you got to give up your belt.
Boone's ain't doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
his grappling is pretty good, but it's ain't not that good.
But like, that's like the most embarrassing thing that could ever happen to you. Like getting caught in a twister. So
Blackshear is a different demon.
Blackshear is good. Blackshear is
100% different demon. Yeah. I do like the under 2.5 if you want to go that route, because I do think Boone's is dangerous early, and I think Johnson's going to be dangerous late. So it's a good play. I like it. I don't even know what the line is on that. Let's see. The under is plus 100. Okay. I like it. For a plus money, I mean, I would do the under. Twister, yeah. I get it. It's not a good look. All right, we're at the main card here. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please hit the like button for us. Punahele Soriano versus Uroš Medic. Is it my turn?
I think it's my turn.
Go ahead.
I think you. Yeah. Man, another good fight. Probably in my top 3 on fights I'm looking forward to most on this card. Really excited for this one. It's tough though because they're in the Apex, right? And I hate betting against Extreme Couture guys in the Apex because Nick Sick's a good coach, man. I really think like you give this guy enough time. I mean, they're not dumb. They know what's up. Uros is a dangerous striker, very good on the feet, very fast, very slick, can fight out both stances. And he's clearly the better striker in this fight. I don't think Puna can keep up the output and land damage on Uros in this fight. I really think Puna's going to be cage pushing, man. I think he's going to be either shooting, not landing them, and just ending up in the clinch, which is fine, like, for him. And then the size. So, like, Puna was at 185, and then now he's at 170, whereas Uros could probably fight at 150. Now he's at 175. So, naturally, Puna is probably the bigger, stronger guy in a fight where I think there will be a lot of clinch, play in this fight. And then you add the fact that he has a good coach, hometown guy. It's hard to get behind Medic here, but I'm going to. I think he's a better striker. I think he's going to keep it at range, separate from the clinch. But like I said, I'm a little bit scared and a little bit worried here, fading an Extreme Couture guy in the Apex. Because Uros is like not that hard a game plan for him, and you don't want to strike with a guy like that's his best area. Like, why would you want to spend extended minutes, on the feet here? But I honestly don't rate Puna's wrestling that good. I know everyone thinks like he's a sort of like background in wrestling, but I just don't see it, man. I've seen him getting taken down over and over again. I've seen him fail on takedowns. I've seen him get tired. Like, there's definitely some flaws in Puna's game. Like, I don't really know how good this guy is. So, been in the UFC for a while. Never really like peaked to his potential, in my opinion. But he does come from a good gym, good coach, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him devise a good game plan here. But I gotta go with Uros. I just think the volume is a little bit too much here. I don't think, like I said, Puna can keep up, on the stats here. So I'm going with Uros. Mentioned this fight. I faded him against Semmelsberger, and I was at that fight, and he got the sick knockout. And I just remember seeing like, this was horrible. Like, I'll never betting against this guy again. So whatever, different fight, whatever, different time. But yeah, give me Uros. I like him as a fighter. The size, strength kind of worries me here a little bit. The amount of time probably spent in the clinch does worry me here as well. But I'm going with Uros. Give me Medic here. I know your wife's going to be happy with that pick. Give me Uros Medic decision.
Yeah, we're going decision.
Yeah, I mean, Puna's Hawaiian, and like those dudes are like pretty durable.
Okay. All right.
Heck, yeah, knockout wouldn't shock me either.
I am on the Medic side, and I wouldn't be shocked if he gets like a club and sub. Like, he stuns him. Like, Medic does have pretty good chokes. But, yeah, just like you said, though, I think Medic is going to be the better striker here. Soriano is very powerful, though, when he does land. But he doesn't throw combos. He's basically like an overhand right guy hoping for a big bomb. like you said, his wrestling, he hasn't really shown it too much in the UFC. He did show it against Baeza, Baeza in his last fight. But yeah, I think Medic is just he's gonna win. He's gonna win because I just don't trust Soriano to do that against Medic for 3 rounds, and I don't think he's gonna be able to finish him. I think if there's gonna be a finish, it's gonna be Medic, but there is a possibility. I'll give him a little bit of a possibility. Maybe Soriano gets him down. Maybe he gets him. He can get good like top control, and then maybe full mount. Maybe get some ground and pound and get going. But it's got to be early. But I do think Medic gets that knockout. I think it's going to be in the second round, maybe early third round, kind of like he did against Selmsberger. But the first round's going to be fun. But we'll see. I think just Medic's going to be more dangerous. But Soriano can pack a punch on the feet. So if Medic is not careful, he could get knocked out. I like the under.
Yeah. Puna does have like sneaky one-shot touch on guys. So he's got to be safe.
Yep. I like the under, maybe not the under 1.5. It's set at 1.5. I like the under 2.5. It's minus like 160. I just think I think this fight does not go to decision though. Like Medic does not go to decision. Like I think in his last 10 fights, I think he's only been to decision once. So whether win or lose.
For me, it's just the amount of time I expect them to be in the clinch. So that's what kind of why.
Well, that's true too. Well, it's going to tire both of them out, and it's probably going to be a sloppy slop fest.
I don't see Puna getting a trip takedown or Medic getting a trip takedown from the clinch. So
no,
it's gonna be a lot of like separate with the refs. Dude, by the way, like last year, there was refs that were separating like 2 seconds into the clinch, and then some that wouldn't do it for like 5 minutes. So like, what the hell's going on?
Keep it consistent, boys.
Yeah, it's part of me is like excited to see how it happens again because we haven't had fights, and I'm like, oh, dude, like there's so much that could happen. Like, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped for the fights again.
Yes, sir.
Oh, 1-1 Blackhawks, by the way.
Oh, was it Bedard?
No, he got a point though. He got an assist.
Okay. All right. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Got to go to one of those games this year before it ends. So, let's see. Did I do this one? I don't think I did. I'm not going to pick bums, but I don't like Johnson either, who low key looks like Mr. Potato Head Philly Row version. Indeed. Johnson's pressure is nothing like Van's, though. His cardio should be okay there. That said, under 2.5. Bro got. I already did this. I'm going through it again.
Yeah, some of those you didn't do, but yeah, that one. Yeah.
All right. Medic for me. There we go. Soriano will need a Medic after that fight. I agree. I'm going with that. Hopefully. And I have Medic as well. We're all on the same page. All right. There we go. Next one's going to be a fun one, and I cannot wait. Austin Bashi versus Christian Rodriguez. And I will start this one. I am not a fan of C-Rod.
Ooh.
He did me wrong. He did me wrong so much. The refs love him for whatever reason, or the judges, I'm sorry. And I thought Bulgarian won. I'm going to hold a grudge against him. There's a couple other fights. He missed weight, dominated Rosas Jr., dominated Cameron Saman. So I have a little bit of beef with him. But this guy, Bashi, is put like Rosas Jr., Cameron Saman, and Isaac Dogurian together and all their best traits. This is the guy you're gonna get is Austin Bashi. I think Austin Bashi just wrestles him to death. He's gonna be able to take him down. I don't think C-Rod's takedown defense is all that good at all, as you saw in the Dogurian fight. Dogurian just gassed out, and that's why he lost. Even though I think he clearly won the first 2 rounds. But Bashi's a different beast. He's got very good, his striking is pretty good actually, but very good wrestler, very good grappler, very good cardio. And I just think it's going to be just a wrestle fest, and Bashi should win this fight. And I'm all over it. This is one of my more confident picks. Maybe it's more with the heart than the gut, but I'm going with it. I love it. Give me Bashi to win. I'm going to say by decision. Christian Rodriguez is pretty tough. I know he got subbed by Julian Erosa in his last fight, but Julian Erosa's got good guillotines and good chokes. So, maybe Bashi does get that later in the fight. Maybe if he, tires out Rodriguez, but I'm gonna go decision. What do you think?
I think something that I've noticed about myself is I remember the losses way more and like let's say I want to bet on a
Oh
guy that
yeah,
the fight was super close, like it sticks more. Like you remember like everything about that, like the,
100%. I remember
your tape,
everything about that fight.
yeah, how you watched it and stuff. So with C-Rod, like for one, I think he's a good grappler. Like I do think he can grapple well, but at the same time, I've seen him dominated. Like Rosas dominated in that first round, and Bulgarian definitely dominated in that first round. So for as much as I'm like, yeah, like he's a good grappler, he can scramble. Like he's getting dominated early in fights, and then those guys are gassing out, getting tired, and then he flips the script. You know, he's the one offensively grappling. Whereas you said, like, I don't see that happening. Bashi, man, Bashi seems to be the real deal. And it's funny that another undefeated prospect here for C-Rod. These guys, like the UFC must not like this kid. Like this is kind of crazy.
The prospect killer. That should be his nickname.
Dude, I mean, Juicy J, it's funny, man. He's winning all these against undefeated guys, getting priced like crazy underdogs. Comes in against Julian, a fight he probably win, and gets finished super early. So, and then now he's getting another killer, another like, perceived killer ever. But I think that Bashi has all the tools to win this fight, man. C-Rod, like I said, I think he ends up on bottom too much. I think his takedown defense isn't the best early in fights, and I really think guys getting tired is what's leading him to win fights, man. Like I just can't get Bulgarian's first round and Rosas' first round out of my head. Like I do think he can get got on the mat, and Bashi seems to be good, man. The entries are super fast, man. The transitions are super fast. Seems to have good fight IQ, young guy, man, hungry, and it comes in at minus 250. So I think the books see it the same way. If C-Rock can go out there and do it for the fourth time, man, beat another undefeated guy as an underdog, credit to him, man. That's legendary stuff.
This one will hurt my heart.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I think finally it happens where the UFC finally gets their prospect through with the win against C-Rod. So I just think that the grappling's a little bit too much here. Do I think that Bashi can get tired in round 3? I don't see it. I don't see it happening as likely as Rosas at elevation or Bulgarian, who is like 0 to a million miles an hour, like right away.
Yeah, the dude needs to slow down a bit.
Right. Yeah. And I think he's
good.
winning that way. So like he was used to like just go out there and getting guys out. So whereas Bashi, I've seen him put it together the whole fight. Like and like I said, I really like his composure, his fight IQ. He seems to be, very well like in the head, like he's a pretty smart guy. So yeah, I'm going with Bashi here. I think he's a good prospect. I mentioned it earlier. This season from Contender Series had a bunch of fighters that seem that they're going to do big things in the UFC, and Bashi and the dude from Oklahoma, the Smith, they seem to be like some really good prospects. Jacoby. So yeah, man, give me Bashi here. Stay, winning. So yeah, give me Bashi here. I'm going with a second round submission.
Love it. Let's see what the chat says. Let me get here. The question between the Boons and Johnson makes a small dog bet or hedge worthwhile. Yeah. I mean
Paul could probably take Johnson down, bro.
Yeah. It's true. Bashi versus Christian, Bulgarian's dad. Oh, get out of here.
Got robbed, bro.
Get out of here. Time for me to start driving. I'll be listening. Thanks, Johnny Effie. No problem, man. We'll keep you entertained with your drive. Just keep
listening. Dog.
Ulysses, what's up, man? W, appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us for a little bit. I have seen sharps on the Bashi side. I think C-Rod defeating these undefeated fighters only benefits people betting on Bashi. I have only heard Bashi being the real deal. I'm going with the group. I think it's the right choice.
I think it's time to get off the C-Rod train.
This is the time.
Yeah, the exit time, yeah.
This is the prospect. Like I said, he has like Bulgarian's wrestling and relentlessness. He has, Rosas Jr.'s grappling abilities. And he also has Cameron Saman's like striking, if you want to say. Like he has all of them. Like he's got good cardio. Like that's all you need to know. He's a very good wrestler with very good cardio. You're good. And that's how C-Rod's been winning those fights, is either he weight bullies and wins, or he just survives round 1 and he wins somehow. So he didn't win against Bulgarian, I'll tell you that, but it was a close fight, but he didn't win it. Sorry.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That whole card was crazy. That was when OSP beat freaking Njiku
Kennedy.
Yeah, I was like,
that's when I threw Kennedy away. Like, no more. Unless you're in heavyweight division, then we're good.
Yeah. I had friends over, or we're like in an Airbnb in Arizona or something for that card, the Bulgarian fight, and they don't know UFC, and one of them goes, "Are they fighting in like a warehouse or something?" I was like, "Yeah, basically,
essentially, yeah,
yeah, it's crazy."
Blood Money on still on vacation. It's been a great show. Yeah, he's taking a break. I don't know if and or when he's coming back. If you didn't, well, you probably weren't here. I'm going to try to blow him up here in a little bit. I'm giving some time away, and I'm going to make him come back, hopefully. So I think it all depends on his work schedule. That's what the main issue is. So we'll see what happens. Bashi starts round 2/over. I like, over 1.5 starts round 3. I think that's good.
Yeah, I don't see someone getting smoked in the first round in this fight, even though I said for like 2 minutes ago that C-Rock kind of gets dominated in the first round sometimes. But yeah, I think it gets to round 2 for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Capital's goal.
Yeah.
Oh, Saba's on that.
Good for my over, though.
But Murray didn't listen to my pick, so he got tired of not winning money and peaced out. Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Next one we got is going to be Chris Curtis versus Roman Kopylov. What do you like?
This is my number 1 fight. Like, I cannot wait for this fight. Just like I'm
It's a very good fight.
Yeah,
very
like I'm like, bro, it's so good because kickboxer versus boxer, right? Like neither guy is gonna be shooting feet down. Like there's absolutely no chance in hell Kopylov takes down Chris Curtis.
He better not, because Chris Curtis will stuff those takedowns 100%. Like,
and then
Roman is not that kind of wrestler to do it.
And then I mean he could do it against Almeida, because Almeida's like he's definitely not a wrestler. So like
that's his blueprint to beat. I mean, we'll get there, but
yeah. So like with Chris, man, I think he has everything you want to win this fight, and I am actually super high on Kopylov as well. But with Chris, it's like obviously he has the output with boxing. He has a high guard, the high Philly shell, and the output's crazy. He does kind of take round 1 off frequently in his fights, which I don't like. But I think his ability is to rip the body and to mix in body shots is going to be crucial in this fight, because if Kopylov doesn't gas, he's probably going to be able to put it on Chris for at least the first 2 rounds, and then just not die in that third. With Chris, another guy getting up in age, though, like that age is getting close, man. Like he's getting close to 40, and at any moment, exactly, super long layoff because that hamstring. And I will say, dude, I've met Chris, great guy, super nice guy, but he's always crying on Twitter. He's always crying. He was crying about Russian spies this week, and it's like, bro, why would anyone need a spy to watch Chris Curtis? Like, you fight the same every time, dude. Like, you box, like you just throw jabs.
I know, like you stuff takedowns and you box, and you're low volume and you counter. That's what. And
you're low key super small. Like you have no range. Like you're super compact and small. So like if someone does get in the window with you, like like he's a super good striker up and close, but at range, at distance, he's kind of not landing as much. So. With Kopylov, though, I love him as well. He had that sick head kick knockout. I forget against who. I was in Salt Lake for it. I could look right now, but I won't.
I'll look.
Dude, I was there, and it sounded like it might have been Friend. No,
it was Claudio Ribeiro.
Oh, dude, yeah. So I was a little bit up my seat where I was. It sounded like someone got a wooden baseball bat and like cracked like a piece of concrete. Like the crack from that head kick, dude, I'll never forget it. The whole crowd was like, what the hell? But his variety, right? So he's not only throwing head kicks, only body kicks, only low calf kicks. He mixes it in well, and his speed is super good, man. I do kind of worry about the cardio from Kopylov a little bit. But man, I think he's gonna win this fight. I think he hurts the body of Chris Curtis here. I think the age is gonna get to Chris starting in this fight. Like I think he's gonna start to deteriorate a little bit. But like I said, man, another Extreme Couture guy, another guy with Eric Nixick, another guy who obviously knows what's up, game planning for fighters. So, man, I'm just so pumped. I'm just so intrigued to see how these guys approach it. But I think Kopylov stays at range, stays in kicking range, lands on Chris, maybe even immobilizes one of those legs early. But I think the threat of the liver shot and the mixing in the head kick, if Chris just ducks one time, man, he's going to go right into it. I don't foresee, Kopylov throwing a kick and getting caught with one foot on the ground like Buckley did. And I just don't think that Chris has that one-touch power. And he also takes round 1 off a lot. So there is some stuff going here making me lean towards Kopylov. I haven't bet it because I do rate Chris as a good fighter, good fight IQ, obviously knows what's going on. But like you said, coming off a hamstring injury, hasn't fought in forever. So I got to go with Kopylov, man. I'm actually really high on Kopylov as a fighter. I think he can go far. So, yeah, give me Kopylov, the Russian Chase Hooper.
I like it. Yeah, I'm on the same thing. Like you said, Kopylov, kickboxer, Curtis, boxer. Like, Kopylov has very good kicks, good high kicks, good low kicks, good middle kicks, like good body kicks, if you want to say. He can mix in wrestling. I don't think he will this fight. He shouldn't. If he does, it's only going to burn his gas tank. And that's something he doesn't need to worry about in the third round. I do think in the first 2 rounds, he's good to go. He should be landing more volume, should be landing the better shots. Chris Curtis can pack a punch. But I think he's going to be more defensive. He's super defensive, and it always plays against him. Where he just excels, if you want to say, is his counter striking. When he's super defensive and he just counter strikes, and maybe he gets a knockout. But I don't see that happening here. I think Kopylov stays at range, at kickboxing range instead of boxing range, kicks him to death, and throws his hands every now and then. And I think he wins. It's going to be a boring decision. I mean, Curtis is super tough. I think Kopylov's pretty tough too. Curtis obviously is not going to grapple Kopylov like Fluffy did, so you don't have to worry about that. I like the over 2.5. I like Kopylov to win by decision, round 3 decision, however you want to do it. I'm pretty confident in this one too. Is there a chance, if you want to do Curtis plus 3.5? I don't hate it. I think he can win. He probably wins round 3 more times than not, but that's always a gamble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I remember being like, all right, I'm going to ask Johnny what he thinks about Chris plus 3.5.
Yeah,
and I can see
I think he wins round 3, but you don't want to rely on a fighter to win one round. You have to be like, man, I think he can win the fight. He has a chance to win rounds 1 and 2, or he has a chance to win rounds 2 and 3. Because if you think one round only, there's one judge that'll fuck you over.
I was just about to say
every fucking time. There'll be that random 30-27. You're like, in what world? That's happened to me numerous times. It's only crazy, one.
Like other sports, like you get what you get. Like the team scores, the points go up. Like you know what I mean? Like whereas like the UFC MMA is like, dude, you're leaving it up to 3 random people. Like
random people that probably have bets on the other side.
Dude, man, it's like who was the title we
lost? Their family members have bets, and they've said, "Hey, I'm going to be doing this, so might want to bet that."
Bro, so yeah, like there's times where I'm like, there is no possible way. Because when they start reading, like Judge Effie has so and so, you're like, is this really a split right now? Like, what's going on? So that's happened. Yeah, that's happened way too much. Me and like we obviously watch every week, so like, you're risking it, leaving it up to the 3.5.
I mean, I like the 3.5 spreads. Don't get me wrong, but I have to know there's a chance that fighter that I pick is gonna that can win 2 rounds, whether it's 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. Like, that's usually when I do bet 3.5 spreads. It's like a guy has good cardio, but he's probably not going to win the first round. Like he can probably win rounds 2 and 3 against a guy who doesn't really have great cardio, or the exact opposite. Like this one, Curtis has good cardio. I think he wins round 3 for sure. Probably 8 out of 10 times if it gets that far. But I don't know if he's going to win rounds 2 or 3. I'm not super confident in that.
Yeah, I think do you actually give me a really good one time? Dan Ige plus 2.5 against Murphy. He could have won the fight.
I love that.
So like those moments where you're like, dude, I can see him. I mean, I thought he won. It was like you can see him winning the actual fight. So 3.5 is.
That's another thing too. If you actually think the guy's going to win and you get a 3.5 spread, it's like minus 125. Like take it, it. Put double what you would do if you bet him a money line. If you're going to throw like a unit on the money line, throw 2 units on that. Like you'll more than likely would win.
That fight, the Murphy Ige fight, is an example of like Ige was probably the right side, like plus money, straight up money line, and gave a close fight. Probably could have won the fight, but those people get burned because they didn't have the 3.5. They still go home with the loss. Whereas like someone that bet the spreads, like, dude, that was pretty sweet. Like not really a sweat there.
I like this. So the spread for Curtis is minus 125.
Oh, see, like I can see people talking.
If you think Curtis can win, he's not going to win round 1. I mean, it's very rare if he wins round 1. I mean, you can make an argument for round 2. I think round 2 might be close, but I would favor Kopylov. But round 3, I would give Curtis win. But that one's tough for me. I'm pretty high on Kopylov in this fight.
Can't wait for that one. That was a good one.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Saba says Vegas gonna win tomorrow, Effie.
I don't even know who they play. Let me check.
Who's gonna win?
Let me check. Oh, the Islanders? Yeah, they'll win that game. Islanders suck balls, bro.
We got Shady in the house. What's up, Shady? This used to be the gayest show ever. What is it now?
Hey.
Is it like the double gayest or?
I didn't see that comment. That's super random. That cracked me up.
Appreciate you coming out, Shady, as always. You know it. Kopylov for me. Curtis last injury. Yep. He's old. He's 37, 38. I mean, Kopylov's 33, but he's still.
He fucked himself by screaming and like yelping when he pulled his hamstring against Allen, because they made it look like he was like super hurt. I mean, obviously he was, but like not from the fight. Like he pulled his hamstring and he like got shot. He was like, I
Yeah.
started crying. I was like, dude, what are you doing? I had Allen, so I was happy, but I was like, oh,
I
geez,
think
like,
in that fight actually, I think I had Chris Curtis plus, was it 5 rounds, 5.5
yeah, it was
spread, and it
fine.
hit because it was a
Yeah,
split, right?
yeah. You probably
I
could
don't know
have
how
won
it
it.
was a split. That's a good reason. There's a good example. I don't think that fight was a split. I think Chris Curtis lost that fight pretty clearly, but that 5.5 hit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude,
Kopilov
shout out to
minus,
Shady though. Like he's always working. I see him on Twitter, man. He be
yeah,
posting
man.
pics of work. Shout out to him getting that money.
Like that bet though. Love it. Let's go.
Oh, you went
Taking
big.
the Golden Knights, they win easily. Kopilov is the lock of the card. I like it. Let me ask you guys. I like Curtis, but my plan is to watch him lose round 1 and live bet him at better number. I like it if you want to bet it.
That's valid. That is valid. That's
It's valid. It's
yeah,
valid. He's
that's a
gonna
smart.
lose round 1 probably 8 out of 10 times in this fight. So
I agree. I agree.
after round 1, even if he's plus money, like I think what is he plus 200 and something to, he's 205. After round 1, if he's plus 100, maybe you think he won, maybe you didn't. I would throw a bet on it.
Yeah,
He's
if he
probably
wins
gonna
round
win
1,
round 3.
I would live bet him right there
So
because
yeah,
likelihood of him winning the later rounds are probably higher than the early ones.
Yep. Kopilov is the fastest striker in
Dude,
the weight
speed,
class.
man. I agree, man. His speed, I really like it, dude. Like I really, really like his speed. Doesn't telegraph either. Very quick to get the foot up.
Trying to think.
170.
Welterweight is it?
I mean,
think
MVP is pretty fast.
yeah, the only person I can think maybe who has quick hands, maybe not the best striker, would be like Michael Morales, dude. Super young, super quick hands, and he's got pop if he lands.
Can't believe they gave my boy Adam Fugit him. I was like, what the hell? Just let him get killed.
It was a good fight until it wasn't.
Hey, Seattle, my boy Adam's coming back.
What's up, Real Fight Picks? Curtis needs to join Global Fight League 100%. He would dominate that too.
Dude, that league is insane. That whole situation is unreal.
You'll lose your money if you bet against Kopilov unless you do Curtis 3.5 spread. Plus, maybe you'll win. But
that's funny.
Kenny Powers, what's up, man? Kopilov got the better afro.
It's nice.
I mean, that's true. Kopilov going to spam them body kicks, leg and body. He should, 100%. Low key bashes guys. It's true.
Look kind
of. Kopilov decision minus 140. I like that. I like the over 2.5 too. I think that's about minus 230. So it's a good parlay piece if you need that. Kopilov, Curtis over. I've seen some long shot money on Curtis by decision. I think if he wins, that's probably how. So I don't mind it if you're on Curtis' side. I don't think there's going to be a knockout on either side.
That's a good way to get your money like a little bit higher than just the money line.
Yep. All right. Next one, we got Abdul Razak Alazan versus Cesar Almeida. And I believe it's your turn or my turn? My turn.
It's your turn, I believe.
I'm going. I'm going to go with Almeida. Again, this is kind of the same. I don't want to say the same thing about the last fight with Curtis and Kopilov, but I'm going with the better kickboxer here. I think he's a better striker overall. Alhassan is very powerful striker if he lands. He does have some wrestling he can use. Obviously, we were kind of talking about this before this fight, but the game plan or the blueprint is out for Almeida. You just take him down and keep him down. I don't think Alhassan is going to be able to do that for 3 rounds. I think if he can do it, he can do it for a round, maybe a round and a half. And then I think the takedown, the stuffing the takedowns from Almeida will be a little bit easier from Alhassan. He doesn't really have the greatest wrestling. He does slow down a little bit as the fight goes on. He is tough. He is older. He's 39, but Almeida's 36. So they're kind of in the same realm. But once you hit 38, man, I'm telling you, there's a switch or something. And it's not a good one, I'll tell you that. But give me Almeida to win. I want to say this fight sneaks over 1.5. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not there yet. But I do think Almeida wins. And if he does win, it's going to be late in the fight. Maybe with Alhassan gasses in the third, maybe. Or by decision. I just think he outstrikes him. He's going to land the better shots overall. Round 1, this could be another live bet. I think Alhassan might be able to win round 1, but I think Almeida wins round 2 and 3 pretty easily. His cardio is there. He's been taken down numerous times, and he gets back up a lot too. So he does have a good get-up game, and Alhassan is not a traditional wrestler to keep you down. So give me Almeida by decision. What do you think?
Yeah, I think in this fight, compared to the last fight, it's more likely that Abdul would try to take the kickboxer down than Curtis trying to take down Kopilov. And like you said, his takedown techniques aren't the best. The speed on his entries isn't very good. It's just strength to me. Like if he
Hmm.
gets his hands locked, this guy is jacked, super big, obviously super strong, can pack a punch. Um, Loki, his physique is up there with Terrence Finley. These guys' legs are just unreal. Just freaking, he probably squat like 600 pounds. Looks like Saquon Barkley, but and he
Yep.
also got screwed in his last fight. Like he definitely beat who's that white dude, Cody Brundage.
Oh yeah.
Like that was
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Like that dude just looks for a way out. That was annoying. So I definitely
100%.
expect him to be, going for the finisher in this fight, trying to get his money. But yeah, Cesar Almeida is clearly the better striker on the feet, more dynamic, better range management. And honestly dangerous in his own right, man. He packs a punch for sure. And like you said, the book is out there. And does Abdul, wrestle here early and often, because I think it does affect his cardio too much to be doing that. I don't think, if he goes out there and realizes, oh, I can't strike with this guy, he's super dangerous, super long, let me shoot. I think if he feels uncomfortable there in the striking, he will shoot. And from there, as long as obviously Almeida doesn't end up on his back, for a long time, once they separate, that next exchange when they're separated, that's when Caesar, in my opinion, will be really putting it on this guy. So, obviously Abdul does have that one punch power. We're back to the old gloves. We're in the apex, so there's not a lot of a lot of space to move around there. So it definitely helps someone like Abdul trying to cut the cage off and land a one punch here on Caesar. But I'm going with Caesar. I will say though, I don't really like these guys with not a lot of MMA experience. Coming from kickboxing to MMA. I mean, there's really only Alex Pereira. I mean, I'm sure there's other guys, but to me, I would rather have someone that's been doing it their whole life or came from grappling first, then to striking. Whereas coming from striking to grappling is a little bit harder, in my opinion, to catch up. But I think Caesar should win this fight. I think it'll be a little bit of a it might be low output to start. Like neither guy going because they're so timid, so powerful both of guys are. But yeah, I'm going with Caesar. I think he's a better striker. I think he defends the takedowns if they do come, and I think he catches Abdul at some point. Don't think Abdul can keep up the cardio or the output to even if let's say he does go to decision. I don't think it will, but let's say it does. I think by then Caesar probably does have way more strikes landed on Abdul than Abdul on Caesar. So I gotta go with Caesar Almeida here. Don't think he ends up on the mat very often in this fight. I think Almeida does catch him and get the KO here.
Right on. We're on the same page. Love it. Let's see. Co-main event. We got Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Carlson Harris. I think we're on the different sides here. But who you like?
I got Harris here. So
Okay.
it's weird though. Money coming in on Ponzinibbio now around minus 125.
Minus 135.
Yeah, see, so that surprised me. I tweeted out today. I was like, I thought money would be coming in on Carlston.
He was a underdog.
Who Pons?
Yep.
Hey, that's crazy. See, I'd rather even just in general in this fight, it's a close fight. I'd rather be on the plus money side here, just off the fact that I think it's gonna be a close fight. But as far as their skill sets and how it's gonna play out, I think that Pons probably is a better technical striker with more clean, jabs and boxing combinations, whereas Carlston's a little bit more wiry and throws wide shots. But I do like the grappling from Carlston. If Pons, which I don't think he will, shoots in some takedowns here, I think he can get caught in a submission. I know Carlston obviously fought Shavkat and did well for some moments in that fight, but he does have a weird frame, man. I swear he has like longer arms than normal. Like his arms dangle down to like his knees, right? Like
True.
I don't know. To me, it looks a little bit weird. And then another one, like another thing, like both guys toward the end of their career, So Carlson getting up there in age, both these guys are pretty old. But to me, Ponzi has way more miles on him, right? So like he's a little bit more worn down. So I think he's not taking damage as well. I'm not sitting here thinking Carlson's going to go out there and just outstrike him for 10 minutes and really put it on Ponzi. I think this will be a back and forth fight. I agreed with the pick'em line, and so now to see Pons getting the money coming in, I still think Carlson will win. I don't know if I'll be betting him, but my underdog pick is Carlson Harris here. I think he does finish Ponzinibbio in that second or third round, and I think it does come from my thoughts of he's just too worn down. I think that he takes damage bad. But if Pons comes out and puts on a clinic here for 3 rounds, it also would have shocked me, man. The guy has great experience, great wins. Proven UFC fighter. So should be interesting to see how the if any grappling plays out in this fight. I hope so for Carlson's sake. So give me Harris here. I think he wins this fight. Like I said, I think he gets a second or third round submission finish. So yeah, give me Harris here.
All righty. Yeah, I'm on the other side. I'm going to be on Ponzi here. I know he's a little bit older, and a little bit more miles, like you said, but I do think he has the better experience. He's fought the better competition for sure. I do think he's the better technical striker. I think he's got good takedown defense. He's never been submitted in his career. and I don't think he's going to put himself in a bad position because he probably does know that Harris is a good grappler with very good chokes. I was very angry when Harris beat Jeremiah Wells. I was there live. I was getting a beer. I thought I was going to cash that bet, and I looked up while I was getting that beer, and he got slept
Man,
because he was an idiot. I don't think Ponzi's going to do that. Ponzi knows
right.
he's the striker. I think he knows he's the better striker. Harris has pretty good striking, but it's not technical. It's like super loopy shots. He does have power in his hands, though. He can be hittable. I just think Ponzi's just the more polished striker, and I just don't think this fight gets the mat. I don't think Harris will be able to get him down. If he does, I don't think it'll be for too long. I think Harris is more so like, either front choke or try to take the back kind of guy. He's not really going to wrestle you, try to get you down on your back and like control you. That's not the kind of grappler he is. So I think Ponzi wins this one. I know he's been in a lot of close fights. I think he's fought the better competition, though. A lot of them have come by split losses, but I think he wins this fight. I think he gets it by decision. It might be a split decision, but I think he does win this fight. I do like him the longer the fight goes, too. And I think he can win all 3 rounds. That's another reason why I do like him as a pick. I like him as a bet. If you can, I will. At this point now, man, like it's minus 135. It's not a bad bet, but if you jumped on him at like a pick'em price or even plus money, I think that's a very good bet. Maybe just watch the line and see where it goes. Maybe some more money will come in on Harris because I do think this is probably, this is the closest line fight. So people are going to put money on that plus money and it's going to bring it back down to a pick'em, during the fights or right before the fight start, or even like right before this fight goes on. It might be like a pick'em. So just maybe wait till the last minute if you like one guy or another, but take the plus money if you can. But I do like Ponzi to get this one done. Just me.
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be exciting for sure.
Yeah, they're both older. They're both in about the same range, 37, 38. There's no real, the only advantage that Harrison has is grappling, but I just don't know if it's going to be that big of an advantage because I don't know if he's going to be able to get it going.
And one thing you said, I really agree with. Like, he doesn't offensively go out there and try to put on the singlet. He's more of a counter opportunistic grappler. Which, I mean, if you shoot a sloppy takedown, he'll snatch it up. But and like you said, I don't really see Pons, doing that because why would he? He's probably
he's not an idiot.
Yeah,
he's actually a very smart fighter. He just sometimes he gets caught. Like he was dominating Kevin Holland in round 3. He got caught. Like one of those things. Like, dude, like you were literally there. And then you lost, and then like sometimes just the refs don't like it, and sometimes I'm like, I thought he won. Like it was a very close fight, but I really thought he won. I'm not complaining. One of those, but I think he can make this a clear win. If not, maybe he might win that split because he's due. He's due for a split win.
I remember I had him against Morono, and
I had him against Morono.
He had me sweating there until I finished. So
there you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Let's see. Saba's on the Cesar salad side. Love it. One last time, trusting the gut. Let's do it. Ponzi. We got Carmi. What's up, man? Agree with you, Johnny. Let's go. This fight's going to go the distance, and it's even money. I do like that. The only thing I could think of that might happen is one of these guys catches each other on the feet. Because Harris does have good power. It's just one of those, it's a loopy striking technique, and maybe Ponzi lands like a very good counter when he's super loopy, or maybe that loop actually hits and knocks out Ponzi. Both these guys have been knocked out like 3 or 4 times in their career, so they can get knocked out.
I mean, and then they're 37 and 38 years old to go the distance. You're going to be sweating a little bit.
But I don't mind it though. If it's plus money, I think it's worth a play.
They don't have that finishing upside you would be typically scared of if you were to bet that type of bet.
Harris's chin is gone. That's another thing too. Why flip a coin on the winner when you know it's going to go the distance? I like it.
Good point.
In his last 4 losses, Ponzi's lost 3 by split. Yeah. Like
that's pretty.
And the one that he lost by KO was in the 3rd round, and he was dominating that fight. So
he's like the male Angela Hill losing splits.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't Harrison KO Impa?
I think so. Yep. Kasaganai.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Yep. I'm just looking at it right now. That was a while. Was that his debut? No, it wasn't his debut. No. Second fight, right before Shavkat. Poor
No,
guy. He goes from freaking Impa to Shafkat.
that's messed up.
UFC's wild.
No, yeah. Shout out to my boy Paul.
I've seen action on Harris, so respect the pick, Effie. There we go. All right. We got all right. I think this is the main event that all the boys are waiting for. Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Hebus. And is it my turn?
Yep. It's you.
All right. I'm doing it. I'm going with Amanda Hebus.
Oh, hot take.
I know, hot take, right? I just think she is just more trustworthy. I think she's a way better striker. I think her submission defense is very good. I think her takedown defense is superb. Dern has no takedown ability at all. We've seen her improve her striking in like 4 fights ago, and you're like, okay, maybe she's in the right direction. And then the next fight, like she goes 2 steps back. Like Dern is the definition of someone you cannot trust, but she's very durable. If she does get this fight to the mat somehow, she's always going to be dangerous. And that's the two things you can count on. And that's really about it. Very durable, very dangerous on the mat if she can get it there. Hebus, like I said, super well-rounded. And I think she's just going to win most of these rounds. I think she's going to keep it on the feet. If she does get taken down for whatever reason, I think she'll be safe. She might not win the round. I don't think she's going to get subbed. Maybe even Hebus goes for some takedowns. Like, I wouldn't do it if I was her, but I know she's going to have good cardio. She always throws tons of volume. She doesn't throw the, crazy loopy women strikes like Dern does. She gets sloppier as the fight goes on. Hebus actually has good striking, good trips, all that, and, up against the cage, good clinch. I got to go Hebus. Like, everything should point to Hebus. So I think this is a logical pick. I mean, yeah. I loved it when they were fighting in UFC at UFC Tampa at that time when Hebus was plus money. I was gonna jump on that for sure, and then they canceled it to this one. Now Hebus is minus 200 for whatever reason, but because they knew they messed up. That's why the books did. That's probably why I got pushed back too. So conspiracy theory. But yeah, give me Hebus to win. I don't see a finish by either side, but if there is, honestly, I would probably say Dern gets a submission. But I think Hebus wins this fight, probably 49-46. I'm pretty confident in this one.
Dude, man, I think Saba agrees with me in the chat. I can't get Dern right ever. Like, she's doing this, like you said, sometimes her striking looks really good, like against Angela Hill, which I had Hill. Then comes back.
I had Hill that fight too. That was the best she's ever looked in the UFC, and she never came close to replicating that either before or after that. Like nothing.
Yeah. So, and then she's always like changing gyms, whether it's Perillo or the guy before.
She always has problems in her personal life, and she's got an emotional support dog. And
what was that dude's name? Chikali. Shout out to him, bro. Pour one out
if
for
you're
my boy.
If you're getting subbed by Trayshawn Gore, you need to.
It was worth
road,
it, though.
buddy.
It was worth
Hit
it.
the road.
But dude, I need everyone that's watching to go to my YouTube, Any Action Sportscast, subscribe, and then comment. This guy's an idiot because he had Mackenzie Dern against Jessica Andrade. That might be the worst bet I've ever placed on any sport in my life, dude. She came out, bro, and I swear I've never seen someone strike so bad, dude. It was like comical. Like DC and Rogue were like, "What the hell is she doing?" Like she's just like literally throwing.
She kept using her face to stop those punches,
dude. It was insane. Like borderline. Like, did you just throw that fight type, performance? But and then, yeah, I get it. Her jiu-jitsu is awesome. Her wrestling's not there. Like it's one of those things where everyone's like, "Oh, she'll be champion if she can, get wrestling." Blah blah blah. Well, she's never done it. Like, and she's been in the UFC for a long time, and at this point, like, I don't think it ever will come. Like, I don't think she's ever been able to utilize the offensive grappling until it's on the mat. And most of her takedowns, if she does get them, are coming from the clinch, man. Those trips. And Ribas has very good judo, like you said, against the cage. She knows where to put her body, her weight, like in those exchanges. And I think she will be the one winning the grappling or clinch exchanges here against Dern. And definitely winning the striking exchanges. I think that she has way more technical striking, way more volume. It's going to land more. I think Dern wears damage super bad. I think that she's so hot that she gets marked up super easy. And it's just one of those things where, like, yeah, sure, if Dern gets on top here.
Hold on.
What?
Don't say that like Amanda Hebus is like some kind of dog over here. Like, I mean,
yeah,
she's
hot.
Come on, she's
up
man.
There too. She's up there. Respect, but yeah, like on the feet, I just think it's way like a way different here. Like Dern, I've seen her striking look freaking horrible, dude. And then like you said, I think Reba's just way more reliable. To see the line now, I agree with him, man. I think that
I
she should really,
100% agree with it.
yeah,
I loved it when it was plus money,
dude.
but I
Like
agree
I
with
think
it
that
still.
she should be, a rifle favorite in this fight. And I just do. Oh, first of all, do you think it goes all five?
I do.
So I do
Yeah,
too.
I do. I
Yeah, and
mean, Hebus with her finishes, like she usually like just out cardios, out volumes her opponents like in the later in the fight. I do think Dern has pretty decent cardio and she's very durable. So I don't know if Hebus is going to be able to like get that KO. If it does, it's probably like round 4, round 5. But I do like the decision if I had to choose.
it's like Rose couldn't take Ribas down. Macy Barber couldn't take her down. Like, I definitely don't think Mackenzie Dern's taking her down unless it's from the clinch, a trip, or
Yeah,
Ribas makes a mistake. But
banana peel.
and even in the first fight, she ended up on top of Dern for most of that fight. And I don't know if anyone out there is a big, jiu-jitsu fan or anything. Dern had a match at CJI, pretty much like the ADCC side version of that. And she got worked by Fiona Davis. Like her grappling looked horrible. Like she got submitted by a pure jiu-jitsu artist. She got demolished. I mean, I get it. Davies is like one of the best in the world, but you would think Dern would be a little bit better. She's won ADCC before. Like, and to see her get out grappled like that, it just screams she's out here getting checks, dude. Like she's out here cashing these checks, I'm sure she's getting paid well. So I mean, I think Ribas has a lot of
all that
dude.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
hey, dude, she's up there. But yeah, man, I think that Ribas is a side here. I think that she will win this fight. I think there will be blood commented. Will there be a split? I mean, I can see it, but I think that's just
because the judges do like Dern.
Yeah.
I will say that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough this time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know if she can take 3 rounds in this fight,
and it's 5 too.
Yeah, and she's gonna have to end up on top. There's no way she wins 3 rounds in this fight without being on top of Ribas.
Yeah, she won't win a striking fight. She has to be on top, and I don't know how she's going to be able to unless she gets like a reverse or Ribas slips on a banana peel.
And it's not one of those moments where there's fighters where if Dern gets on top or gets side control, you're like, oh, it's a wrap. She's gonna get crucifix. She's gonna get mount. Maybe.
Well, I thought that when Dern was on top of what's her name, Rodriguez. When that one time for like a whole 4 minutes, I'm like, oh, it's over, and she couldn't even finish. Like, when was the last time she actually got a finish, as in Dern?
She hasn't finished someone since 2021. Nina
Nunez,
who I believe was like about to retire. Like
ain't no way she's gonna get a finish on Amanda Ribas. I'm sorry, ain't no way. If she ain't getting finishes now, when a little bit step up in competition, that's like bottom of the barrel. Ain't no way.
So I mean, side note, outside the octagon, Dern pays child support to her ex-husband, not the other way around. Like it's not the husband, so it's her. So like she needs to fight. She needs to get this money. So, man, I don't know, man. I have a bad feeling about Dern. But like I said, man, I always get it wrong. I always when she's supposed to do good, she does bad. When she's supposed to do bad, she does good. So who knows? Maybe it happens again. But I'm going Ribas here. I feel pretty confident she wins this fight. Give me Ribas. I'm going decision here.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I usually pick against Dern. The only one that I really like bombed was Angela Hill because that was her best performance ever. But I thought Tisha Pennington won. I picked Tisha. I bet Tisha. That was a split. I think that was kind of a wrong decision. I don't want to say robbery, but I do think it was a wrong decision. But I think it came back because maybe the Amanda Lemos fight was very close, even though it was unanimous. I thought that was a very close fight. So she's fighting close fights. Maybe the Marina Rodriguez fight, that was a close one too that she won. I thought the Verna Jandiroba fight when they fought a long time ago, that was a close fight. Like she just fights super close, but I think Hebus has that step up to where she can just make sure to tell the judges hey, I'm better. I'm landing more. I'm stuffing takedowns. I'm not getting hit as much. I'm clearly better. I'm on top. I'm getting takedowns. She ain't submitting me. I'm better.
And even let's say a crazy world, they're even on the feet, right? They're landing the same amount. I think it will look worse on Dern. I think she does wear damage worse. So even in a crazy scenario where they're even on the feet, which I don't think is the case, I still think Ribas will look better here.
I just think Hebus throws more too.
Yep.
and she's more technical, and she has straighter shots, and
She does
Dern
the
just gets
scream too.
loopy, sloppy striking,
Yep.
and it gets super low volume as the fight goes on too.
Rebus has what the judges like, the girl yell, like the
Yeah,
Kaylin Chookagian fight
yeah,
type style. Yeah, she's the Kia.
yeah.
3-1 Blackhawks, by the way.
3-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's why
maybe
I
we
only
should
bet
have put up
McKinnon to
money on
score.
that. Good thing I didn't put any money on that game. I forgot. Let's see. Saba said I picked Tisha. Yep, I picked Tisha against Dern. We got robbed 100%. Got Marcus Williams in here. What's up, Marcus? Enjoying the show. Appreciate you hanging out with us as always, my man. Came to me today. Dirty Red says I think Hebus actually stops Dern via punches.
Like it.
I wouldn't shock me,
Like it.
but I like it too. I got Hebus money line, so we're good. Scotty says I don't know which side I'm taking here, but I know I would be more interested if they were fighting in the nude. I think a lot of people would.
Should be a bikini fight.
Even the women, I think they would be okay with it. Hebus is nowhere near fine as Dern.
I agree with
hot take.
Rich.
Hot take. I don't think Dern's all that.
Oh my god.
I don't think does she sneak in the top 5? I don't know if she does.
Oh, she's my number 1, bro. She's the hottest girl in the UFC.
Come on. Who? Are we gonna go there?
Hey,
Tabitha?
Dern. Give me Dern.
Oh, you crazy. You are crazy.
Tabitha's hot too.
Number 1 by a mile. Ain't even close.
Yeah.
Then I'm going like underdogs like Luana Santos and
Janjarova.
Yeah. And I'm throwing her in number 3.
Hey, my sleeper is Dumont. She's super hot too.
I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I like Dern, but Hebus says 85% takedown defense and Dern has 16 accuracy. I just never won when I bet Hebus. Really? I've won a lot when I bet Hebus. I actually thought she beat Chikagian.
Me too.
Like, that was a super close fight, and I had a Chikagian bet.
I had Caitlin as well, and I thought, I was screwed there too.
Oh yeah, oh man, what was the fights that the Rose fight? Macy Barber, yeah, she got touched up. I mean, if she loses, she loses against good fighters. I just don't think Dern's at that level.
I agree.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Blackhawks 2, now it's 3. If split bet 365 will be primo. Do they have split bets on bet 365? Because I would be down for that. I didn't see it. 2 different GMC quit 2 divorces. I don't know, and a service dog, which are awesome. I don't discredit that, but a lot of red flags. I wouldn't say some. I would say
the dog was cool. I like the dog. The dog was awesome.
The dog's okay.
Exactly.
But it's the reason why she has it.
Yeah,
that's what gets me.
Yeah. I was like,
she
takes a dump like on the stage.
Exactly. Easy to take women fights to make the judges, but this one time I'm playing Hebus and get it done via strikes. There we go. I like it.
Dude, I like it.
Rematches don't always play the same, but what about women's MMA? I think it plays the same. I mean,
yeah,
at that point, I think Hebus was better, and I still think she's better.
Yeah, I agree.
They're the same age too. It's not like a lot of the times too when they have the rematches, like one fighter is like super young and one's in their prime, and then when they fight again, the other one's in their prime and the other one's like out of their prime.
Right.
They're literally the same age. I think Hebus is way better at the
even
moment.
Grasso, Valentina. I mean, they did play out differently, but I mean now it's pretty clear that Valentina was better. You know.
Well, Valentina should have won the first one too. That ain't no way, or was the first one? Oh, the second one. I'm sorry, the second one was a draw.
Dude, when she got submitted, I had a ladder parlay, and I never do those.
So wild, dude.
Dude, that was crazy. I can't believe that.
I mean, I'll give kudos to Grasso, but she was losing that fight until that happened.
Yeah. She made her face like red and white. That was crazy.
I'm 2-4 in Dern fights since the Torres bout. Only picture right winning Hill and losing the Lemos. Okay. 34 decision better bet. Brother, there we go. 3-1. My lock down the drain. Yes, it is.
All game left.
4-5. Okay. I got Hebus to beat Crackmore. I have some confidence here, but it's from Mazemi.
They called the goal off. It's only 2-1. They reversed the goal.
Okay.
2-1.
Okay.
Saba.
Johnny's Team Ricci. Yep. You know Saba. You're missing gender. I'm low key big on number 2. She could. Okay. Effie's awesome and great as well. Follow this guy.
Let's go.
Definitely follow Effie at Any Action Sports Cast. The link is below, so you don't have to go too far. So just click on the little link in the description. You can click on them real quick, get the other tab going, hit subscribe and follow, and come back and hang out with us for a little bit longer. I'm gonna give you our bets here. Go through this real quick. Rebus 4-5 KO on the back foot. Okay, Johnny and Effie wondering if there's any chance new people would be allowed at our gossip chat. Define new people, because I'm 40 years old and I don't want to make new friends. I got enough. So
Saba, Johnny, and I got a good chat going. Cody too. Sometimes when he shows up.
Cody, if he's there, I think there's actually a few other people that he's never.
Yeah, they never say anything. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah.
Not to kill his card, but the next pay per view is gonna be bananas.
Man,
yes, it is,
dude. So good.
Next card will be amazing. Only one
So
match
funny,
fights.
the Saudi Arabians, even though it's LA, they do it right.
I'm surprised.
Man.
I'm surprised there is actually one. What fight is that even? Who was fighting? Do you know?
No,
I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm only interested in the good fights.
I'm in Canada. Bet365 is the only splits for. Okay, maybe in the States, because I had Bet365. I don't see the split decision in that one. I don't even see the DraftKings used to have it, but they don't have it anymore where I'm at anyways. So,
dude, they got Eileen Perez on the card next week. I'm definitely walking. I don't even have a dog. I'm gonna walk my dog during the fight.
Who is she fighting?
Kyle Rosa. Gross. The worst part is that Eileen will win and then twerk. She's not even hot. That's the worst part. Why can't DERN be obsessed with twerking?
Man, I think Rosa beats or wins in round 3 at a high clip, and I think Perez wins round 1 at a high clip.
Bad, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, she gasses after round 1. Yeah. Like gasses. Yeah, we'll see.
I tried to fade her.
Nope.
Bear down.
Let's go. We're naked locks. Yes, sir.
That's a sick picture.
Yeah, I love it.
The lock. Look at that grip.
I am waiting for the draft. Let's put it that way. And hopefully they get Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel, maybe Pete Carroll, maybe. I think those would be my top 3.
Yeah, I'll let Mackenzie Dern get full mount any day. Shit.
There you go. All right, let's try to do some bets here. So we're going to try to do like an easy money parlay, a little bit like plus money, a little over that, just as something that we're super confident in. And then we're also going to do a little beer money parlay where we're going to have some little crazier parlay odds. So Saba, we agree a lot on a lot of these. What's some of your like for sure's that you're down, that you're like, I'm in for this for sure?
I was about to say Smith with the
I think the line Hebus, right?
Yeah, let's do Hebus.
Minus 185. I mean, that's a good line. I mean, there's gonna be money on DERN, guys, just because people love DERN, obviously. Yeah. So you're gonna you might get Hebus at like minus 160 at one point. I can guarantee it. She's minus 185 already. I think she should be a minus 250 at least, but that's just me. Oh yeah. So what else do you like?
Let's go with Rebus.
You like Kopylov? You like Bashi?
I like Kopylov, Bashi a lot, and then probably Almeida. I think Almeida has the risk of getting KO'd. I think Kopylov has a risk of losing the decision, and then Bashi, I don't really see kind of really the risk in that one.
The risk would be just the prospect killer.
Right. So I mean, any one of those 3, I'm down a pair.
Okay. Let me look. What about Godzi?
Not super confident, just because I don't think he's that good, but that he should win that fight. I'm even lower on Bruno.
Okay. What about some overs? You think? I'm trying to do you like the Chris Curtis over?
I can see him getting slapped, but I mean, likely it does. I think it does go over. But in the back,
what about some of these chick fights overs? The Klein Dudakova over, Ernesta over.
I'm more confident. No, I can see both those girls getting finished.
Okay, all right, we'll skip it. Okay, so we're gonna go again. We got Bashi, Kopylov, and what else did I say? Almeida. Those are the 3 that were. I don't know. Like my heart obviously is gonna be Bashi because I don't want to bet with my heart though. I'm just throwing it out there. I think he does win, but my heart's like he's gonna win. I'm pretty confident in Kopilov, and I'm pretty confident in Almeida as well. Both those guys are about the same to me. All three of them are really, but I just have a little bit more on Bashi because I'm sick of C-Rod.
I'm down.
So
I'm down. I'm
what do
down
you,
to
what, we
Bashi.
got to help. Pick.
No, no, I like Bashi. Let's go. Let's go Bashi.
You like Bashi?
Oh man, I don't know. Now I just said I like him, but I don't know. Making me think, man.
All right, chat. What do you guys like? Come on, help us out. We'll make you a part of it. We got three where we like Bashi, Kopilov, or Almeida. Pick one, and then we'll see where we're at.
See, there will be blood. Agrees me about Tawatha Ricci and DERN. He knows. Rivas is hot. She is hot.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a buddy that's like
wouldn't
that's
kick
his
her out of
number
bed.
one. Like he
Wouldn't
loves
kick her
her.
out of bed. Pete Carroll would be amazing. Yeah, I agree.
CDP.
The only thing with him, man, like I know he's older and he's not
he's
like
super old.
he's not like a dinosaur or a skeleton out there, and he's always animated. But
Right.
like you want a guy that's a little younger because what does he have, like 5 years? Like, you know, he's 74 years older. You know what I mean?
He's old, bro.
He's
Yeah.
old. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't
He's a
hate it.
good
The Bears
too.
have done worse numerous times.
I got a feeling they're gonna mess this up.
Oh, 100%. That's the Bears' way. But if they get Ben Johnson, I'll be stoked. If they get Mike Vrabel, I'll be okay with that.
Raiders need a guy too.
Yes, they
Got rid
do.
of our guy too.
I hear that they're Brady's trying to get what's his name?
I saw that. Yeah, Belichick.
Yeah, Belichick. Dirty Reg likes Kopi. Saba likes Kopi, not Almeida. So safety's cool with Kopi. We should do Kopi, right?
Let's do Kopilov. Yeah, let's do
All right,
Kopilov.
let's do Kopilov. I like it.
Crying Chris Curtis.
Yes, sir. So we got Amanda Hebus, Roman Kopilov, plus 115 for the easy money parlay. 9 plus Kopi money line. Put that in the chat for everybody. That's going to be the easy money parlay of the week. Now Saba. Now Effie. Let's go a little crazy. What's like a plus 200 plus 300 play that you might want to play? Should we do Trey Ogden? Well, should we throw him in there?
I'm down to.
We do like it. We both liked him. But then we'll have to do like a plus 300 play for the next one.
Dude, let's go Aliev. What's Aliev inside the distance?
Hold on, let me look.
That would suck though, because then we lose it if he loses on the very first fight.
Yeah, but it's okay. That's the point of this. You're expecting to lose, but if you win, you're like, holy shit. Oh, Aliev inside the distance is plus 400. That's not even that bad.
Yeah, that's
really.
Selecki is going to be on his back, man. Like he's going to be on his back.
Selecki, I mean, I just don't think he's going to get subbed, but man, I could see him quitting in the third round, especially
covering up. Yeah, when the ref pull him off.
Let's see. Let me look and see what we got over here at Bet365.
I like Mike's Ogden to go to the distance, Harris to go to decision. It's like a total parlay. It's pretty good.
Okay. Now you're so we do Ogden by decision. We do agree on that. What's that at? Ogden 270. Okay. I can get down with that. What do you think of? Do you want to double up on Roman Kopilov?
No.
I was going to say Roman by decision.
I would rather go Chris plus 3.5 if we're going to double up that fight.
Okay. Ogden by decision. I'm going to get this over here because none of my books have it, so I can't even do it.
The comments are funny.
Oh, I'm not. Read them off to me.
Fuck it, we double up.
That's right. Let's do it. Let's see.
Throw Bash in there.
Bashi. Should we do Bashi by decision?
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Yeah, I can see him not being able to finish C-Rod and just winning the.
Should we do Almeida by decision? That would be kind of a cool one.
That'd be nuts.
Do you think it goes to decision or no?
Someone's getting slapped, I think, dude.
Let's see. Almeida by KO is plus 130. Decision is plus 210. So if we do, how do you do parlays on this stupid thing anymore? There used to be like a way you could do like a parlay, but I don't see it. Maybe it's on like the other odds one. Plus 200 and plus 270, whatever that is. Let me look that up. If you want to do Ogden by decision and Almeida by decision, it's only plus 1047. Gross. I want more than that. What do you think of what about Alia by inside the distance? Let's start it off.
Yeah.
We know we're gonna lose if we're gonna, or we know we're gonna win.
First fight back last year, a lot of the first fights ended up being finishes.
It's true. So that would be plus 400 for Aliyev inside the distance, plus 270 for Ogden decision. That's plus 1750. I can get down on that.
I like those. I like it. Keep it clean.
Let's do it. Keep it clean. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of money on round 3 Aliyev. We talked it out. I think it makes sense. All right. And there's going to be the beer money parlay of the week that I will post out tomorrow. All that good stuff. And I think we went over all 14 fights. It's going to be a pretty fun card. We went over it. I didn't think it was going to be good. But after doing all the research, I always think the same thing. But there have been some stinkers before. This one just hasn't made the top 5 for me yet.
Yeah, man, it was a fun show.
Right on, man.
Good show. It was fun to be on.
Yeah, before we get going, do you have anything you want to say? What you got going on? Do you have tell me about your videos. You have a new style of video.
Yeah. So
that
shout
was pretty
out to
cool.
everyone watching.
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone watching. I have a YouTube channel as well. Any Action Sportscast. Me and my buddy Martin do shows every week. Now we're gonna start doing live shows. On Monday was our first one. But you got to go to like the live tab to see on our page. You know, to see it. But yeah, probably around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock every Monday we'll be going live. This week, like you literally can hear us go like mic check because we've never done it. So like the first one's a little bit more choppy, but it'll be smoother going on. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching, man. I watch you guys all the time. Like I'll be at the gym and I'm finishing up, going to the sauna, I'll turn it on. Yeah, and I'll just come through and always listen. So I think There Will Be Blood asked about the Maple Leafs. I don't know what you meant, but yeah, they're good, man. They got a chance this year. Need Austin Matthews back. And then, yeah, for anyone that follows me on Twitter, man, I love hockey. I'm a big hockey guy. Betting hockey, probably better at betting hockey, honestly, than UFC lately. Just been killing it there. I bet bigger too on hockey than I do my UFC fights, but it's been a good year. And then we got the college football coming up. I know me and Johnny had talked about.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that. I forgot.
Yeah. I like Penn State, dude. I like Penn State.
You're changing?
Yeah, I'm going Penn State. Abdul Carter. If he doesn't play, then I'm going to. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. The line's moving towards Notre Dame. So I'm assuming probably not. But if it's official, Abdul's not playing, I'm flipping in Notre Dame. Notre Dame's good, man. They're well like rounded on both sides. Like very good defense, one of the best defenses in the country, and the offense, man. If Leonard plays that way, like they're good, man. Georgia's no slouch, man. And they looked pretty good in that fight. Kind of relied on some special teams plays there, but I like Penn State, man. I think they're a really good team. And then the other game, man, I was at the Rose Bowl, guys. I was at the Ohio State versus Oregon game. That was insane, man. Jeremiah Smith's the best player I've ever seen in my life. And I think they're going to kill Texas, man. I wouldn't be shocked to see Texas look good early. I think them getting scared by Arizona State like that helps them. Whereas Ohio State's just been mollywhopping 2 teams so far, Tennessee and Oregon now, 2 really good teams. And I do think that Texas does end the road here. So give me Ohio State, give me Penn State, Big Ten National Championship where real football is played. Shout out to Iowa.
Big Ten?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a big sports guy. You guys can probably tell. Love MMA, love boxing, wrestling, big jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah, and then hockey, baseball, played baseball my whole life. Just love sports, man. That's why it's called Any Action Sportscast. I'm always tweeting about it. So yeah, man, thanks for having me on, man. I will be unsuspended from Instagram tomorrow. I'm back. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone watching, man. Hit that subscribe button. Help us out. We've been stuck at like 330 for like It feels like a year now. I think we're shadow banned, but whatever. It's all good. It's still fun to break down
Definitely.
fights. So yeah,
Definitely.
man.
Yeah. We've been trying to get you up there, but no one's listening to us. So definitely go to Any Action Sportscast. The link is in the description below. Go there, follow him. And definitely follow him on Twitter too. He puts out his hockey bets and all that good stuff. So if you want some cool hockey bets that he wins like 8 out of 10 times, like I swear.
Canucks scored
Money.
just now, by the way. Hey,
Boom.
Canucks
There you
scored.
go.
That was one of my picks today.
So
1-1.
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. I like Notre Dame. I'm pretty confident. I don't trust the Penn State frauds. Whenever they step up competition, they always fold. And I do like Ohio State, but I'm not as confident as you. I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think Ohio State's more well-rounded with their run and pass game. They got amazing wide receivers, but Texas does have a good D. So, but Ohio State has a good D. Like,
Yeah.
I think Ohio State's defense can stuff Texas's offense more than the other way around.
Yeah.
So I think
similar to Texas almost losing to Arizona State, I think Michigan beating Ohio State right before the playoff was really good for them.
it might be a wake-up call, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They came out looking like
Because
$1,000,000
they're looking mean now, and I'm like,
dude,
ugh.
I couldn't believe that game, man.
The
Like,
Oregon game, I was like,
dude, they were so open, like not a guy in sight. Just
they
catching
have
up
very good wide receivers, dude. Ohio State produces wide receivers. That's like their thing. It's crazy.
No.
But all right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope everybody does well on their picks, on their bets. I will post all those little parlays that we have. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Actually, you will not see me next time. I will not be doing a live show next week. I will be out of town, unfortunately, the whole week. So yeah, I'll catch up. I'm still going to do a video. I'm just going to do it early. I'm going to have it post on Sunday like always, but I'm going to do it a little earlier than usual. So maybe the fights won't be correct, but I'm still going to have my bets. Still going to post some stuff like that too. So but I just will not be doing a live show. But after that, we're good. So
let's go.
Tune in Wednesday nights. We're back, except next week, and then we have to wait another week, I believe, because we're off again. And then first week of February, I think we got like 10 to 15 in a row. So let's go. But we'll let you go. Take care, guys. See you next time.
Peace.
Have fun. Peace.